Alrighty! Hello everyone! Welcome back to another live stream. And look, we're going on air. I'm all dressed up like I'm gonna be a announcer or something here on the channel. Alright, how's it going, guys? Spontaneous live stream. Hey, there's 4 of you here. Awesome, awesome. Spontaneous live stream. I just want to chat and hang out for a little bit. Maybe play a little LOTR for a little while here. Hang out. Nice Sunday afternoon, the 18th. So, big thing today, right? Which I kind of forgot about. So, this morning, if you're curious why I'm dressed up like this real quick, I just had a choir, our vocal ensemble did a Christmas concert thing. Technically at 2 churches. This is the same building. They share the same building. But it went really, really well. We had a super fun time. I will definitely share that with you guys if you're curious. And later on the channel, probably tomorrow, have it posted or something. But yeah, so what's the other huge thing? Well, it's the thumbnail of this video. Today is the 20th year anniversary of one of the best movies ever made in cinematic history. I would wager that against most comments. I would agree with that comment. I think it's just the Two Towers film, right? The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, all right? So I thought we could reminisce our first times watching it or that kind of stuff and talk about it. Maybe we could explore some stuff here, some stories and things about it on the internet and things like that. So yes, it'd be fun. So yes. You probably saw my post on the community tab. It's pretty darn cool. I thought it was kind of fitting that I had my Christmas concert at 2 churches and it's the anniversary of the Two Towers. Need two. Lots of twos going on. It also might also be year 2022. There's a whole lot of twos happening right there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly, but I feel like there's a lot of twos happening. Guess 2's the lucky number today. Best trilogy in cinematic history, David. I would not disagree with that comment. In fact, I agree wholeheartedly. I definitely think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is probably one of the best ever made out of trilogies. Now, even out of movie series, I would venture. But again, it's kind of hard to start matching it up against other fantasies, right? Because we all love, we love the classic Star Wars. We love Harry Potter. Those are 7, now technically I guess Star Wars is 9, right? I don't know about the newest 3, but yeah, anyway, we're not going to get into that. We're doing Lord of the Rings today. Two Towers! So, I'll tell you a little bit of my story for the couple of you here. So, for me, the starting of the Lord of the Rings, when I first learned about the Lord of the Rings when I was I 5 or 6? I think I was 6. It's when I first kind of 5 or 6 when I kind of knew about it. So when I originally watching it, I have a memory of it. My family, my mom and dad were watching the Return of the King, right? This is back in 2002, 2003, right? When it first came out. Maybe it's 2004 because they were watching Return of the King. So I remember that I was a little bit my mom was like, oh, it might be a little scary for you and your younger sister, right, at the time. And I was like, oh, okay. So we were in our little room with our little box TV. You guys remember the box TVs, right? We had a little tiny, it was the advanced TV at the time. Little tiny box TV. We might still have that thing. My mom got it. It's so funny. Little white TV, little tiny screen, right? Probably about this big, just a little bit bigger than my face. And we watched Avatar. I think we were watching, maybe we had a bigger box TV at the time. I don't remember. But we were watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a great cartoon series. But I remember watching that and hearing The Return of the King. It was the first times I heard it, right? I always thought oh, the music sounds so cool, right? I was like, I really want to, that kind of thing. But it was at the same time, I was like, no, it'd be kind of scary, right? But then about 6.5, 7, I watched The Fellowship for the first time. And boy, was I hooked, right? So definitely I must say the Peter Jackson movies really got me hooked into Lord of the Rings. At this time, I had already read the Hobbit book, right? I had already read the Hobbit at 5, 6 years old, 7, somewhere in there. Again, I'm forgetting the exact dates. That's not important. So I already read the Hobbit. We read the Hobbit when we were in Northern California. We were on vacation in the Redwood Forest, which if you don't believe in Ents and you go to the Redwood Forest, you'll probably believe in Ents after you go. It just, man, that it's so cool to see these trees that are so big. But we were there camping and we were reading that book, and then we read a little of the Fellowship book, but then I saw the movies and that's what really hooked me, right? So definitely Peter Jackson was a very big, got me into Lord of the Rings. So I guess you could probably thank those movies for the channel too. But I really got into it, and then I watched through Two Towers. All right, then I watched the Two Towers, and we saw the Ents, right? And that's what really got us into the Ents. Me and my sister, when we were young, we loved Treebeard, right? We loved the Ents. We just thought that was so cool. So I really liked the Ents, and of course, the Helm's Deep battle. It's amazing, obviously, amazing. Definitely from when I was a young age, I think the most things that I really liked about the Two Towers was, of course, I love the part when Gandalf comes and saves them, right? When I was little, I remember, it's funny how you have different, you know, you remember your childhood thoughts, but they were slightly different than your adult thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, right? You all know what I'm talking about. You were all children at one point. So I found that really cool with the Two Towers because, it's hard. I have to like go back in the logs, right? In the brain logs to kind of think, what did I remember when I first watched the Two Towers back in like 2000? It was probably like 2004. No, I did not watch them in theaters because I was like real young at that point, guys. I was really young. Okay. I probably could have watched them. I would have been old enough to understand what was happening, but it might have been a little, I didn't go to theaters a lot when I was younger because I had really sensitive ears. I have pretty good hearing, and they were always too loud. So I'd have to like wear earplugs if I went to the theater. So as a little kid, I didn't really like the theater as much until high school. Then I would go. But yeah. Anyway, that's kind of like, so when I first saw, definitely my big things for my stories, and then when we hear some of your guys' stories, my big thing for the Two Towers was definitely the, I loved the Ents. I really loved the Ents. I love the March of the Ents. It still gets me to this day. The song of that part, I love it when Treebeard says, "We go to march. It may be the last time we might be marching to our doom. But like, last march of the Ents." Like, that part gets me every time. It gets me every time. Kind of like the Ride of the Rohirrim, right? In the third one. Like, you always get the goosebumps when you see that part, right? It's just so good. Again, some of the best cinematic stuff of all time. So again, we had to talk about the Two Towers. Today's the Two Towers thing. Ironically, I'm not watching it tonight. I'm watching it. We're gonna have a family night. We're gonna watch the second Hobbit. So it isn't 2 again, but we just watched the Two Towers like a few weeks ago. We've been watching them as a family. We have my sister's brother's, excuse me. I'm the sister's brother. My sister's husband's mom has been coming over, and we've been watching, like 6 or 7 of us, been going through the Lord of the Rings because I have the really nice discs, right? The new ones with a good player that can play them on the big TV. It's been really fun. But we're going to watch the second Hobbit because of course, we started with the Lord of the Rings. I know the Hobbit comes first, but you really got to start with the Lord of the Rings, right? Peter Jackson did a good job of jumping back, right, with the Hobbits, right? Like the jump back scene in the first Hobbit. So you'd watch the Lord of the Rings first, right? That's what, just tell people to watch Lord of the Rings first. Return of the King was 2003. Yes, correct. So Two Towers came out in 2002. Exactly on December 18th in 2002. So 20 years ago today. That's crazy, you guys. How has it been 20 years? It's like, feels like it was yesterday. It's craziness. Again, if you're just hopped in, I'm dressed up. I look like a radio announcer right now because I just had a choir performance. It went really well, too. It was very fun. I'll share it with you guys later on the channel if you'd like, of course. Let's catch up what everyone's saying. So hi David, Nugget Man, Bobby, Elbin's here. All right, Epic Kingdoms and Elbin. All right, you guys are all here. I think I said Elbin twice. Boop boop. Oh, and sorry, Jardith is here too. I see you. Welcome everybody. I do agree. I would argue that the trilogy is the best. The absolute best the best trilogies ever made. And again, it really doesn't, I've yet to watch a trilogy that I think is better overall, right? And I would say that genre, again, I would think it's better than any other one because of course I'm going to be biased. I love Lord of the Rings, right? So it's kind of hard. But again, I think most people agree because if you look at even a Rotten Tomato, which isn't always a very good way to rate things. If you go and look, movies always drop worse and worse, but the Lord of the Rings on like Rotten Tomatoes, all 3 of Peter Jackson's have all sat nicely at like 80 to 90% approval for like 20 years. Like, that's insane. And again, I don't judge everything on Rotten Tomato because I know that they sometimes change those numbers for certain films, right? But I always thought that was interesting how good that rating has stayed all these years. And by the way, the remastered discs right down here. Do I have them right here? Can you see them in the video? Oh no, they're below the thing. You can't see them. they are worth it, you guys. Like, they really are. If you have a TV and a player that can use them, if you can get a sale for Christmas or something, that new set, right? I could grab them if you want to see them. But, anyway, it's cool. Let's, catch what you're saying. Elfin, Rings of Power was the best, Twitter told him. Careful what you read on Twitter, Elvin. I know you're joking, though. My sister is coaching in a what? Appahat? It's so cute. Oh, crocheting. Excuse me. Sorry, that's what you said. Oh, Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's awesome. I get it. Sorry, it took me a second. All right, David's story. My dad introduced me to Lord of the Rings when the Fellowship came out. I was 6 years old. Okay, all right. So we're about to, okay. We saw it in theaters. That's super cool. Like, I went back and watched it when they did that re-release a few years ago in theaters. My dad thought it would be too scary for me, but it blew my mind, and ever since I've been obsessed. Well, that's awesome. Well, at least it wasn't too scary, right? And you enjoyed it. Yeah, I definitely think that if kids in the future, I want them to see it as soon as possible, but I am going to be careful not to do it too soon, because the orc parts are, maybe you'll just like skip the orc parts. We'll just censor the orc things. We'll just like jump to the parts that are cool. You said my girlfriend at the time was obsessed with Legolas, so that happened. Oh, you got the whole like Legolas love triangle thing? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Looking for like a civilized wolf. Thank you. Yes, we got our little tie and everything. Little hint. Okay, you guys. It's a clip-on tie. I just can't. For me, I do a lot of the recording too for my thing. So a lot of people have the time to like put their tie on right before the performance and do all the tying. I just don't have that time when I'm trying to record a performance too. So like this is like so handy for me, and it looks fine. No one even realized that it's not just a, you know, looks fine. Yeah, they did Epic Kingdoms. I noticed. So we watched the new Hobbit remastered one and the Lord of the Rings, and there are different CGI things that have been updated, and they definitely help it. Like, the movies have aged super well with the Lord of the Rings series, but they're even better now. They'll last another 10, 20 years looking great, I feel. Because there's kind of a limit of how much can we actually improve on movie recording, right? There's a limit. Like right now, it's like cameras are getting so clear with 4K, right? Like, now granted, you could say, oh, when we have 8K, at a certain point, we can't up it much more for our normal eyes, right? Till we have brain implants. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly. Oh, Gandalf shall not pass. You gotta plan and watch it. I mean, I would almost recommend too, Gandalf, that you watch I would watch it with the original, like, extended first, and then if you have, if you can get those cheap, because you can get them pretty cheap online, just the regular DVD or even one of the Blu-rays, if you want to then get the Ultra HD 4K remastered editions and watch them after, you can kind of see the updates then. Or just get the new best ones if you have the TV and player. You just have to have the right player and TV, or they won't look as good as you'll be thinking they're gonna look. Anyone else have a cool story of their first time watching The Two Towers? This is the 20th year anniversary. Guys, by the way, spontaneous live stream. I can't believe you all showed up so fast. Did it help that you guys got the alert in Discord? Did that help too? By the way, for other people who are watching this later or here live, you guys can get our Discord now, even if you're not a Patreon, just one text channel, and you get the alerts. So you could still be in there and be a part of that. It's just, to be fair to the Patreons, we still have the Patreon section, and they get the bulk of things, obviously. But by the way, too, you guys, we had one of our subscribers give a kind of a sponsored donation to give out some Patreon. So I'm going to give out 10 Ranger levels in our upcoming streams this next weekend. All right, so I will give more on that, but I said something on the community tab and on our Discord about it. So if you're here, you have to be in the stream. You have to have like be here, so you can actually accept it, because I have to do it manually. You'll have to join, and then I'll have to manually give you the role. It'll be 1 month. It's temporary, 1 month, obviously, but that was really nice, so people can have fun and try be Patreon for a while. And then the rules are you have to have 1 character on a kinship on CrickHollow. It can be an alt. It doesn't have to be your main character, so you can make a character and join the kinship, right? And I understand not everybody's on the same server. That's fine. I want to make sure you can still join it. And then oh, and obviously be subscribed. Of course, that's free though. To be subscribed to the channel, it's free. I saw it late and was having a nap. All right. Good, Gandalf. That's awesome. I just finished listening to The Two Towers for the 2nd time today, listening to The Return of the King, and then rewatching all 3 films. That's awesome, Patrick. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Were you listening to the audiobooks, or were you like listening to the movie just in the background? Because I do that too. I listen to the movie in the background. It's so great. Also, I must say in The Two Towers, I love Gandalf taking down the Balrog, man, at the beginning. Oh, I just love that part. For all the things of people not liking the Balrog with wings that don't work, I think they're kind of cool still. I still think it's cool. But I understand why some people think they're not. They're more like smoke. But I think it's cool in the movie because they're kind of like a fallen Maiar, right? So they're kind of like a demon that's fallen. So they have these wings, but they don't even work, right? Because they're like, they can't use them. Like, I don't know. It just gave that sense of they're this fallen evil creature, right? Like, I don't know. I kind of thought it was cool. Hello there, Odie. Happy Snow Dance Day. Wait, it's Snow Dance Day. What's that? The audiobooks. Wow, Patrick, that is impressive. Did you do that all in 1 day? Or are we talking like over 2 days? What's wrong? What? Something with the title? What happened with the title? Let me edit it. What's wrong with it? The Two Towers 20th year anniversary. Let's chat. Oh, I see. You're saying let's chat. First time seeing it? Question mark. Yeah, it's a little. That is a little confusing how I wrote that. Is that what you're saying? I can edit it. I'm a fan of the Balrog wings myself. Yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. What's up, Nasty Knife? Welcome. We're just chatting about the Two Towers. Smoke till ignites. It's just unburnt fuel. Making snow come to your area. Are we talking like Mr. Ice Miser, Odie? The Two Tower. Does it say the two? Oh no! The Towers. You're right. Oh my gosh. You're right. That's what I missed. Thank you guys. Oh no. There. Okay. Did it update? Quick refresh it. The Towers. You're right. Oh man, people are gonna be like, what is he talking about? What's the Towers? I've never seen that before. Thank you guys. I totally missed it. I put it up within 5 minutes and started the stream. All right. Yeah. So I in my university did a video where I stripped all the sounds out of that part with the Balrog fighting Gandalf, and I did all the voices and like the sound effects. I put them back in because that was my audio project that I chose. I was supposed to do it with some part of a movie, and I did that, and I liked it pretty much. I might have gone a little bit hilarious with the part where he goes, Gandalf! I might have gone a little silly with his voice there, but it was fun. You know, I had fun with it. But yeah, it was really fun to redo that. It made me realize how good the sound people were for that part with the Balrog just like his like roar. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Dave, it did make it look more threatening. I definitely think the wings added a threat level, and the horns, right? Like, it made it, you realize this guy's bad news, right? Because those are just things in a lot of our cultures that we know that we associate that with something evil, especially if it's on fire, right? And looks so scary. Yes, Jarneth, thank you. Thanks, guys. It updated. Sweet. Good, good, good. Dwarven Orcs. He loves his new thing. Odie's talking about, I put up a video yesterday of us building a, we built a little mini barn for our little mini horse at the ranch so that he could have somewhere to kind of get out of the rain and wind. And he loves it. He stands at it all the time, and it worked, and it stayed up during the big storm we had right after. We had a big storm like the next day. And it's funny, we went over to see him, and he was all dry, and his little friend was all wet next door. But the friend next door, Ant-Man is his name for the other mini. It's smaller than Freddy. The owner of him is really frustrated because he always goes in the rain. He has an overhang, but he always goes and stands in the rain. So it's like, well, I guess that's what he wants to do. But yeah, he really seems to liking it. And you guys were saying you liked my little side pouch thing, which I also do love. I hate having tons of stuff in my pocket, so I try to leave that. I kind of like keep my like glasses cleaner in there, and like, you know, I have like my inhaler in there and stuff. Like a lot of things I always bring with me, right, wherever I go. So it was really it wasn't really a lot. It was like, I think it was like $25 on Amazon. I could share it on the community or Discord for you guys so you can see if you're curious and getting one for yourself. I find it very, the latch is really nice too because it doesn't pop open. It has like a push latch. Instead of like a hook or a button or something that it's really hard to get on, you just slide in, open, click, pop, super fast. Anyway, we're talking about Two Towers. Moving on. Yeah, exactly. He's so tiny. Oh man, Freddy of the Rohirrim. Exactly. I like theming different things on the LOTR Life playlist. So that's the Rohirrim Ranch. I think it's fun to theme it a little bit. But yeah, it's the Two Towers is super fun. So do you guys know that I'm assuming most of you probably know this lore fact since we're talking about the Two Towers. But the Two Towers, the movie, it wasn't supposed to be Barad-dur, right? The Eyes Tower and Saruman's Tower, right? I think originally in the book it's supposed to be Minas Morgul, right? Minas Morgul and Saruman's Tower, right? Or am I getting that wrong? Do you guys know, right? I'm pretty sure. It's supposed to be, because in the movie, obviously one of the biggest things we see, right, is at the end of the Two Towers, Frodo and Sam are trying to go up the stairs, right? And that whole part with the ring wraiths and the big glowy evil goes into the sky, which, by the way, I don't think that was in the book at all, that glowy evil part, but that was awesome. That's the kind of cinematic thing when you add something in like that it adds to the story for a movie. It doesn't take away. I thought that was really cool. It showed the evil, malice, and magic of the Witch King, right? Like, he's like sending in this energy, you know, evil. Like, here we come. Was in theaters. Whoa, that's, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a long time ago to watch it. Yeah, we could play some LOTR. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Two Towers, but I mean, if anyone else has any cool stories, we can do it as we play. I'm down. Do you guys want to go look at the two tower, like all the towers in LOTR? Should we just like go run around and look at it, like just explore the two towers? That could be kind of fun, right? We'd have to go to Orthanc, and then we'd have to go over to Barad-dur. But technically it's not Barad-dur. That's supposed to be the other tower, like we just talked about. Minas Morgul, right? We could even check out some other towers. We could check out Minas Tirith, and it's Tower Day. I will say, me and my mom were in the restaurant today, and I said, oh, it's the anniversary of the towers. And my mom looks at me funny, and she's like, the Twin Towers? I'm like, no. The Lord of the Rings. And she's like, oh. We both started laughing in the middle of the restaurant. It's like, no, not that. Because I sounded all enthusiastic about it. It's like, no, not that. Different one. Talk about the movie for Lord of the Rings. Because the other one is a tragedy. So, no, not that one. All right. Here we go. Let me flip to Lord of the Rings here in the background for you guys. Give me 1 second. I have not programmed the flip yet with my new thing. I will do that soon. All right. There we go. Cool. I am gonna remove my special tie here. All right. All right, this is where we left off in our other one, right? Back to the towers again. Oh no, did it like update? It says it's right on my end. It might have just updated weird, Jarneth. It still says that it's right for me, so I don't know. I don't know if they tried to change the name of the movie. I'm not sure about that because there was... I'm not sure. But, yeah. But I'm glad they didn't because, yeah, we're not going to go into that subject. But, like, as much as that was a terrible thing, like, The Lord of the Rings is named after the book. They had to name it the same as the book, right? Because obviously the book came out much earlier than that. Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's all. We could even go to the Hornbury. The Towers Tours. Oh. The Tower Tours. Oh, got it. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I want to map here. I want to put my map here, and then we will travel around. I need more maps, guys. I do so much on this character. I need more maps. So do you guys have any cool stories then? Because we've heard David's story of the first time watching the Two Towers, but anyone else want to add a story to the stream? I gotta set up my little blocker as one of my quick clicks. See, this would have been handy to have done ahead. It's all right. I'm gonna keep working on more this week with my new little thing there. I'm gonna grab another milestone skill. Oh, you know what? It might just be travel. Where do I have the milestone? You know what? Let's just go to the actual. Sometimes if the search isn't working, just go to the travel itself account. I wonder if there's anything on sale for Christmas. Did we even look? Any sales right now? There's some sales on a certain steeds. The steed of Florence Hall. What? How does that look? I'm kind of curious what this looks like. 35% off, huh? Oh, there's actually some really cool ones here. Looks kind of cool, the Steed of Thorns Hall. Alright. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Looking at sales. Alright. Let's just look under travel one more time here. I'm sure they're right here. What? They're not. How? Why aren't they under milestone skill? Let's just try milestone all one word. Can I not get bored? Do I have my max? Let's see. Get destinations. Am I at my limit of milestone skills? Is that my problem? Oh my gosh, I think I might have. I guess there's a limit. They're not here. That's why I can't get them, guys. That's funny. There's literally, they aren't there. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. I'm like, why can't I find it? Obviously, milestone skills, you can only get it on that one character you buy it on, but apparently this is my limit of milestone skills. Fine. Be that way, Lotro. You don't want my money? Fine. Let's do, I guess we'll use this good and a bad one. All right. Anyway, let's go travel the world, and we're going to go into a more classic look here. Our blue armor.
The veils must be made safe.
All right. Where do you guys want to go first? What's up? Welcome. Hello. What's my fourth favorite movie? That's a good question. So, your birthday is normally when you watch all 3 extended editions and cook lasagna. That just sounds pretty like a pretty dang good birthday to me. What's your fourth favorite movie? Oh, that's a good one. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go look at Minas Tirith's tower. We're gonna go look at the top of Minas Tirith, get a little view of that, and then we'll go over to like Minas Morgul. Maybe we'll do. I can't just say The Hobbit, right? Like, obviously, out of the Hobbits, I feel like it's always a little bit weird because like out of the Hobbits, a lot of people seem to really like the second one, right? And I like them all. But all right, so here's one of the towers. Well, not the 2 towers technically, but here's another tower, right? That basically, technically, the tower is the spire behind this tall thing. But I really like the first Hobbit, like the Unexpected Party one. I like it because I think out of all of them, it's the one that kind of like really follows the book really good with the whole beginning part. The dwarves kind of like trickling in and that whole like that was like I love that part in the book and I thought it was really good with the movie. But I mean let's cut out the Hobbit. Let's make that not one. And I would say other favorite movie. Gosh, that's a good question. There's a lot I like. I obviously love a lot of the Harry Potters, but I don't know if... I honestly, out of the Star Wars, if I was going to say one of the Star Wars movies, it'd probably be Attack of the Clones. And I know a lot of people are like, what? I like Attack of the Clones. I really like that movie. Even all that sand. I loved all that sand part. No, just kidding. I just like the battle. I like I like the whole like cloning, like a Camino, and then the battle on Geonosis. I love those parts. I really enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, it's hard to think of my fourth favorite movie. That is for sure. Let's see. I think you can go up the different levels over here. Maybe we can hit that Rohan Tower too.
These are troublesome times indeed.
All right, let's see. High stable. I want to travel to the... I think the Craftsman tier is the highest tier I can get to, right? Master tier, Sage's tier, the Citadel. Oh wait, I need to go to the Citadel. The Citadel. Why is there no Citadel option? Who does this? Can I go to the Sage's tier? All right, go to the Sage's tier. I'm over just trying to think. So much brain power to think about. There's so many movies. There's like so many movies. But also, I need my brain power to know where to go right now because Minas Tirith is a maze. I think I go over here and there's a... Oh, look at these guys. They're having a nice little party. No, I have to go the other way. This yellow thing is the upstairs for the next level. I know it's just gonna like pop in my head in a minute. Just like, boom! Another favorite movie. It'll be there. It'll come sooner or later. Excluding anything from the universe. Is it, you mean like, are you talking like the Marvel movies universe, or are we talking about just like our Lord of the Rings universe? Because I like the original Iron Man, like the first one. I like that he goes from being this horrible person to like a good person. Wow, I've never been up here in Minas Tirith since the update like 2 or 3 weeks ago with render distances, guys. Look at this. Oh, wow. Look at that, you guys. When you originally looked out, you couldn't see these mountains very good, or the trees. It was just kind of like blotchy mountains with like, you couldn't even see this wall really. Look, you can see all the way down to the river. That's really cool. Look at that shot. Lower the max level in Lotro? I think the only thing you're gonna get is like legendary servers, you know, that like go back and start from the beginning again. I don't think they'll actually lower the level. Did they lower the level in... I thought what they did was they redid the number crunch on the damage to make everything lower. Again, I don't play Lotro WoW that much, so I'm not a super expert on it. So anyone who has more expertise can answer that question. All the major blockbusters, huh? So you're saying something like outside of all of them. Oh, here's the beautiful... There's the tower, you guys. There it is, the Tower of Minas Tirith. Which I don't know if you guys seen, but you want to know the exact spot of our video? Here's the exact spot of our ambiance video. I believe it's on this pillar right here. Okay, hold on. I can do this. Aha, look! Our ambiance video. That's right. All right. Let's go into the tower. Man, look at that tower. Just admire it for a moment here, as we're talking. Again, this is not one of the two towers that is in the Lord of the in the Two Towers book. We're gonna go look at more towers in this stream. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, how high can we get in this tower? That's the question. Can we, like, is there any stairs to get up this thing? So this is the Tower of, there's the actual name. Enchelion. Or, is it Ethelion? It's Ethelion, isn't it? Or is it Enchelion? I think it's Ethelion. Ecthelion. Enchelion? Is it with a ch, or is it just Ethelion? What do you guys think? Hello! General Grievous 19 is here. Okay, here's the Tower of... I think it's Ecthelion. Because isn't Boromir say Ecthelion in the movie? Like the actor? Right? The Tower of Ecthelion, like a white pillar in the starlight, right? Boromir says that. Anyway, it is gorgeous. So this is the inside, right? So obviously we have a beautiful reflection on the floor here. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. It's all decorated for the... Wow, look at that. Oh, look at these statues. Is that supposed to be Boromir? No. No, probably not. I mean, Boromir deserves to be in this hall, right? Like, he really does. I'm curious, I don't remember reading that, but I wonder if, like, from a lore perspective, if Aragorn, like, did make a statue or something of Boromir's honor. He probably did. I have a high feeling he probably did. Mego Vonnen, welcome there. Welcome. So we were talking about, you have a story of your first time seeing the Two Towers. Today is the 20th year anniversary. So we're exploring Middle-earth and Lord of the Rings Online. We're going to check out towers. So it's not going to be just the two towers. We're going to check out a lot of towers. So right now we're in the Tower of, I'm going to say Ecthelion, because that's how Boromir says it in the movie. Unless it might be yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Ecthelion. That's how I'm going to say it.
I'm pleased you could return to my city.
Oh my gosh. Here's a chapter book that I've never picked up. Nope. We're not picking it up. There's got to be, we're going to explore towers today. So, I don't think there's a way, Odie, for me to get higher. Like, in this tower. Don't mistake how I said that, everyone. Alright, Alright, well, there's the inside of the tower. Let's see how far we can, if we can climb up, like, behind it at all. So, here's the tower, right? It's a nice little shot from down below. Realize how tiny we really are. Alright, out of our way, civilians. We can get up on this wall back here. Here's another nice view of that beautiful opening. You can see all the flag. Look at that. You can see all the tears going down. It's so cool. So cool. There's another shot from the side, the tower. It's just gorgeous. So obviously they took a little bit of inspiration probably from the movies, right? With this particular rendition. But Lord of the Rings Online tries really hard to take most of their, like, from what the books describe when they model things. And you can see back there is the tombs. It's like a whole area. And there's a cool instance in that area too. Well, let's get on our horse here. We'll just do our hobby horse for now. By the way, those flowers are stunning. Oh, thinking of the lake tower. Oh, that's another tower. Oh, look! It's Merry and Pippin! Hey guys, how's it going? I didn't even know you were here. That's a pretty nice view you got going there. Oh my gosh, it's a really nice view. Look at that view. Whew. All right, well, I believe we're gonna go to our next location. I'm gonna run out to the end of this, and then we will take a horse. I wanna see at the end of this thing. I'll try to go up high so you can kind of see out. Well, look at that. Again, guys, they just updated a lot of the older regions, which technically this is an older region now. Not that old, but they've updated the render distances. So as you can see, look at that, dude. Wow, it rendered. Oh my gosh, it's so much better than it used to be. You couldn't see that wall very much originally. It was kind of like, eh. And by the way, if you notice, the wall is black, which is following the books. So in the Lord of the Rings movies, they made it white, which looked really good for the movies, but it was actually made of a black material like Orthanc, because the same people that built Minas Tirith built Orthanc, okay? Little tower, there's some information about the towers of the wall, okay? That's why the city was white, but the wall, the outer wall, was black, all right? So, little lore thing there for you, if you were curious. Is Arkenstone the wrong server? Yeah, we're not on Arkenstone. We are on CrickHollow. Arkenstone is a great server, but our server, yeah. If you want to make a character to be here for the giveaway for the Patreons, you have to have one character in our kinship. You'll need to make it alt on CrickHollow. So, but I understand if not all of you can have your main in the kinship. I'm not asking that. Just have an alt in the... Even if you don't play a lot, that's fine. That's just the only criteria to join in the raffle for the stream this next weekend. So you got a whole week to prepare for that and get a character that can join the kinship. All right, there we go. There is the Great Walls down there. And the great amazing view. Should I do a Denethor? I'm pretty sure he does not jump off the end. I'm trying to remember in the books, but... All right, guys. Everybody, enjoy the view. What a beautiful view! Well, that's actually a great view. Look at that. Wow. Wow, this is really nice. All right, perfect. That was a much faster way to get down to the ground. Good thing we're immortal. No, just kidding. Dwarves are not immortal. At least not yet. All right, so let us take a swift travel to the next tower. Dun 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 dun. All right.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Can I go to Minas Morgul from here? We'll check out Minas Morgul real quick. And then we need to go to Laketown and all the other things. Let's go to Oscillionth. I think that's the only way to be able to get there real quick. Oh, nice. Epic Kingdoms. That's awesome. We'll have to stop by. Epic Kingdoms is doing a celebration for his 1,000 subscriber live stream. Nice, nice. Maybe when we're finished here, we'll send everyone over. All right, go for it, Epic Kingdoms. Zollin does not bounce. Yeah, I'm not a bomble. I don't bounce. Hey, Zening is here. Welcome. Yes, we are checking out all the
Morgul needs
towers.
your aid.
Do you guys have a story of first seeing the 2 towers? Since today is the 20th year anniversary, so we're checking out towers all over Middle Earth. So if you have a story, type it out, and I will tell everyone during the stream here. Yes, good luck, Epic Kingdoms. We'll come stop by in a little bit. All right. Let's see. Dol Amroth. Bum, bum, bum. I'm trying to think where to go to, where I have to get to. Let's see. Minas Morgul. I need to go to a stolen lawn. Something. There it is. Oh, and if you guys are just here and you're wondering why I'm dressed like this, you know, really fancy like. Tori took off my tie. I had a choir Christmas concert this morning. It went really, really well. We had a blast. But I will definitely share that later with you guys. That's why that little tag is on there on the title, by the way, if you're curious, for people watching now or later. So Minas Morgul. Let's see. The best spot to see Minas Morgul is the view from up here. So
Will you hear my plight?
I know the best spot. I need to go to Enshan something something something. That's its name. Something something something. Oh, Radagast's tower. That's true. That's true. Gosh, we got to line these up. Who's keeping track of all these towers? David said the tower in Rohan. Odie said the tower in Dale, right, or Laketown. Or Dale. No, the Tower of Dale. And then you're saying now the Tower of Radagast. You guys got to help me keep track. So, who's writing these down? All right. Because I'm on the driver's seat, so someone else has got to be the navigator. All right, let's write up this little passage here. The best tower, the best spot to see Minas Morgul is up at this tower. So we're going to see Minas Morgul, and then we're also going to peek around the corner and see the Tower of Cirith Ungol. Okay? So those are the 2 towers we're going to see real quick here. And then in this spot. And then we maybe we'll peek over and see the Eye of the Eye's Tower. Can't decide between my favorite part, between to the king or to war. Nice. And a little shout out to Zening. Zening, you're the one that left that good comment that made me and the Patreons, we had to think of some other good ways for the Discord, by the way. So, you guys, I've been thinking about it for a few weeks, as you all knew, how we could do something, but Zening made a comment, so then we had to... It was good food for thought. So it was a very polite and very respectful comment, and I thought about it, and that hence why we have a limited access chat to Discord where you also can get alerts now for streams and stuff if you mark it. By the way, for people everyone who wants to join Discord, links are down there. You can get, there's the beautiful tower, by the way. Beautiful, evil, whatever you want to call it, but it's awesome. There's Minas Morgul. If you if you don't want to get all the alerts that I put out, because I do like a daily greeting and stuff to the Patreons and then occasionally to you guys in the Kinship chat, what you can do is you can actually right click on a chat channel and mute just the chat channel and actually go in there and say like, don't show everyone alerts and stuff. If you're someone who wants to see the alerts for our live streams and videos to come out, boop, you want to see those pop up, but you don't want to see the pop-up of like everyone, blah, 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 that kind of thing in those particular chat boxes, right, that is conversations, you can mute that one channel if you want to. Or you can have it all on, that's fine. But I just want to let you guys know, don't mute the whole server, because if you just mute the whole server, then you won't get alerts for live streams and videos. So you can individually mute or pick what you want to have shown to you on alerts in Discord. That's why Discord's so nice. You can choose what channel you want to see, so you can make sure that you get the alerts for the video channel or the live stream or the events or announcement channel that you want to get announcement that I'm saying there's an event we're going to do. Leave those on, right? Because you want to see those, everyone, right? But maybe you don't want to see the ones that are just a conversation, right? In the Kinship free chat or something, right? So just a little side note for people watching later or who are here live. There's ways to do that. If you guys want me to make a video about how to do that on Discord, I can. It's not really our channel's thing, but I could do that. if people are like really confused on it. All right, look at how cool that is. We aren't going to go explore it because that'll take too long, like up close, and it's really scary inside. But if you notice, there's some similarities to Minas Tirith, right? Because it is the sister city, and it has those very dark, scary things again. Because again, it was built by the Númenóreans before the Minas Morgul, the Nazgul, took it over, right? So anyway, yeah, really, really cool. Let's continue on. Let's go see Cirith Ungol real quick, and then we will go to the other ones that were requested by you guys. Hey, welcome everybody to the stream. We're looking at all of the towers for people who just hopped in right now. That's what we're doing. So basically for an honor of the 20th year anniversary of the Two Towers movie, we're riding all around Middle Earth and Lotro looking at all the towers. So we just looked at Minas Morgul right there. We just looked at Minas Tirith Tower a few minutes ago. And then we're going to go see Cirith Ungol, and then we'll see the Barad-dur, and then we'll go in to see, Saruman's Tower, which again, I believe the original two for the actual book. In the movies, it was Barad-dur and Orthanc, right? In the actual book, I believe it was Minas Morgul and Orthanc were the two towers. In the book is what Tolkien was talking about. Because in the Two Towers book and in the movie, right, you see Minas Morgul a lot at the end of the story, right? So, yes, General Grievous. Happy 20th anniversary, the Two Towers. It's so cool. I cannot believe it's been 20 years, you guys. That's just crazy to me. I mean, I was quite a young lad when they came out, but I did see them within about a year of them all coming out, though. Even I didn't get to see them in theaters, but I got to see it later. Oh, look at these new render distances, man. You can see the waterfalls. And look at the sky back there, and there you even see the trees. Sorry, I'm kind of like freaking out because the render distances are so much better because they just updated a lot of the regions with the new updated graphics distances, which if you've been playing the game and you have it on ultra high, and the render distances, even though that's harder on most computers, you can see it now. It's really cool. Again, people keep asking me, are they really updating the graphics? Yes, that's a big one. Render distances. It makes scenic views so much better when you can render all the way to another side of a valley instead of, no trees on something. Like there was nothing on that before, right? Screenshot. Nice, Odie. Yeah, exactly. I know. There is the Tower of Cirith Ungol. I know. I probably should be taking screenshots while we do this. But, again, you could use Minas Morgul as your entry for our screenshot event next week. If you don't know about that, which is another event, not just the giveaway. So we have 3 events going on right now for Christmas, right? We have the Christmas screenshot event. Information is down there. You should be in the Discord to do your entries and talk about it if you have questions. And we have a second thing, which will be a giveaway next week, and which will be a separate stream. We're going to give away 10 Patreon temporary 1 month Patreons. Thanks to one of our subscribers, John Hammer, who wanted to give that away to everyone. That was really nice of him. And then also, there's a few criterias that are all free to do that, to be in that. And then there's a third one that's with the Patreon page where right now till January 8th you can join as a Dwarven Miner for only $3 a month. You can lock that in as long as you want and be a Patreon for only $3 a month, which is really, really cheap if you want to support the channel in that way. You can also just join Discord for free for that limited access one channel, and so you can get alerts, okay? All right, so those are our 3 things. Shout those out real quickly because I want to make sure everyone knows, especially if people watch this later as a video, too. I know I've got my usuals here, which is awesome. It's super fun. It's really fun to have like a group that we get like a normal amount of people every time I start a stream. It's very encouraging. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I think the part with the elves, and by the way, I don't know if we're going to go all the way to Cirith Ungol because I'd have to pass through the spider gate. Whatever, I'll pass through. I like the elves in the Two Towers movie. I like it. I think it was kind of a cool effect. I thought it was a cool effect to show how the elves, the whole, we're honoring our allegiance to help the humans, right? I thought it was kind of cool. I liked it. I know it's not really in the books, but it was a cool, cinematic, everyone's despairing, and now like, well, at least we have the elves to help us, even though we're probably still all doomed and gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, at least we have this fighting force to help our small group of Rohirrim, right? Again, it wasn't that small of a group. I think there were probably in the books technically more Rohirrim defending than we see in the movies cinematically, but I liked it. That's I think it's fine. What David says, feel old yet? To see all of them in the theaters. That's so cool, David. You got to see them all in the theaters. He says, me and my sister out of school to see Return of the King. To this day, I cry, starting from you bow to no one. Oh, I know. Do you guys still get like the shivers? Like when you're like your hair on your arm stands up every time you watch the freaking charge of the Rohirrim on the Pelennor Fields in the third one? Like, it's like without fail. Like, I'm like, oh, here it comes. Oh, it's not gonna, it won't happen this time, right? There's no way. It happens every time. There's no way. I know it's coming, right? I'm not feeling it right now. And then every time it happens, every freaking time. I'm like, gosh, man, this is a really good. I would venture to say one of the best cinematic charges in history of any movie or video. And I mean, that's on par with like the Marvel series, right? With like the last Endgame, which was an amazing movie. I was amazing, but like the Rohirrim charge gives me the shivers. I love the Marvel one, epic, awesome. I loved it, but I don't get the shivers when I watch it. It's just like, whoa, this is cool. That's me with the Marvel one, right? Is there literally a dead end? Can I not go to the Tower of Cirith Ungol? I thought I could go to the Tower of Cirith Ungol from here. Did I just walk into a dead... Am I going to get eaten by Shelob because I'm lost in her lair? Am I going to do a Frodo right now? I'm too busy having fun talking. Some of the zones with the view distance... Let me catch up with you. I read, by the way, yes, I appreciate your comment, by the way. I read it up there, Zening. Yeah, that was a big one, too, that I agreed with you, Zening. I wanted to have a Discord where even if it's just one chat channel and one voice channel just for when we do stuff with our kinship here on LOTR. Because it's good to have another thing, and I didn't want to have, like, a separate program. I thought about it. So I thought, what could be fair to the Patreons? So I asked the Patreons, and they all agreed that this would be the fairest. Have a text and voice channel free for everyone. And then people who wish to support the channel, which again, it's not my goal. I don't want to just be money make. My goal is if people want to support the channel that way, great. But otherwise, I want people to be able to... I'm having fun and you're having fun. That's the goal of my channel. It'll always be the goal. But yes, I read your thing. And, yeah, you don't usually max type... Yeah, Zening, that might be... See, and that's the thing. Since it is an older client, maxing the distances on an older PC might not be great. It might really lower the performance. I have a, like, really good computer, thanks to you guys, and I got it because I'm doing a channel, right? So I had a reason to buy a new computer. But yeah, oh, this is the Tower of Cirith Ungol. We're inside. Cool. Oh, this looks like a happy place, right? That looks so endearing. Yikes. I mean, Zening, you could try it. The nice thing about it being an old client, though, too, is sometimes you can pump the graphics all the way up, and it'll still run. It just, again, like I've told people in the past, a lot of people think the game looks bad even when they pump it up, but a lot of times it's because of their computer. Because this game will support you to run it on ultra high graphics, but if you run it on ultra high on one computer and then you put it on a really high end computer, there will be a drastic difference in visuals. I know you're like, that's a little bit counterintuitive, but that's just because it's an older engine. It only lets you run to the level of what your computer can handle. But now with the updates, if you have a really good computer, it'll look a lot better. That's why, I mean, obviously, if you see my 2K, tours and things that I recorded in really high definition, that's not even as good as you'd be able to see it on my screen, but at least it looks really good, right? Sergeant B says, you were almost 14 when the first one came out. Yeah, that's so... Glad I got to see it in theaters. Yeah, that's so cool. Well, it's a cool thing, right, later, to how big it's grown, the Lord of the Rings movies, of how much they're loved. You're like, yeah, I saw it in theaters. Yeah, yep, MC, 20 years today. It came out December 2002, the 18th, which is today. And this is Tirith, by the way. So this is not one of the two towers, but we are kind of exploring the towers to see what's... Yeah, this is not a very friendly tower. Let's see. Oh, wow, I'm totally behind on the chat here. Sorry, guys. Of course, maybe it's fine that I'm behind on the chat because the stream's delayed by like 30 seconds. So. Yeah, the different styles from the elves. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, by the way, here's Tirith from what Sam saw. Now, if you notice, this version is like a lot scarier and a lot more... not a lot more. Quite larger than the Lord of the Rings Tirith we see in the movies. I noticed that in LOTR they kind of scale things up slightly, usually. Which is cool, I think. A little bit more epic. Did you watch the new Avatar? Wait. The new Avatar, like, Cameron's Avatar, the Blue People, is that out? Did that just come out? Did I miss the release? We talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Because I know they're going to make a live... Is the new Avatar out? Oh my gosh, it came out 2 days ago? No, I have not watched that. But yes, I'm going to. Gonna go see it now. Probably not today, but I'll probably go see it this week. Thank you for telling me. Now again, you guys, I don't know if a lot of you know, but the composer who did the music, a majority of the music, not the most recent, but the majority of the music for Lord of the Rings Online, not all of it, but most of it, is Chance Thomas. And Chance Thomas also did the music for, there's the tower by the way, did the music for the first Avatar movie. He was the composer for that, the main composer for that. So a lot of people don't know that, Chance Thomas. So I've actually gotten, like, I've said this a few times to the channel, but I actually know him. He's a nice guy, and I've interviewed him before at my university, and I've emailed him back and forth. I haven't talked to him the last couple months right now, but I talked to him like 5 months ago, and he said he'd love to come on the channel sometime. So maybe we'll get a nice interview for one of our first interviews there. I've got a couple people lined up. It just sometimes kind of hard to get the timing for everyone with an interview. I leave it really open, but they're the busy ones, so I don't want to be pushy, right? So I just ask them, and whenever they can, right? Whoever wants to come up for an interview. But I have been looking for people, right? I've got a couple. My sister also, I'm going to have her on so she can talk about her book series that she's working on. It's very close. It's very close now. Very close to achieving its goal. I mean, big done. Yes, what Zening said about the Rohirrim. Yes. Ride of the Rohirrim, the Sam carrying Frodo up the mountain are the best two moments. Yes, those moments are amazing. I agree. What did Martin say? I'm sorry. Yeah, it just depends. Now, I know that the payments are waived for the premium housing. Are they also waived for regular housing? I don't want to tell Mark. I thought that you still had to pay for regular housing. One second. Houses. Let's see. Upkeep. I mean, see, my, I believe this one is always waived. I'm not sure about the regular houses being waived for VIP, like the regular that aren't VIP housing instead. Go watch my, housing video later, Martin, if you want. I have a guide video on that. Because off the top of my head, I don't want to give you the wrong info. And I work very diligently on the other ones. Hey, welcome everybody. We are checking out, more of you joined. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. You were looking right now at Tirith, the Lord of the Rings online version. This is Mordor out here in the distance. Can we see anything cool? Oh, look at lava fields. Yeah, hate spiders. I'm not a big spider fan. I mean, like, I'm like not like super. I don't have like a super aversion to spiders like some of my family where they're like, rah! But like I will sometimes catch a spider and bring it outside. I won't always kill it because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to kill it. He's not doing anything wrong, right? But if it's a real scary kind of spider, I might just take it out. If it's like if I see it's a black widow or something. It's like, kill. Do not reproduce in my house. Spiders scare him. MC, that is a completely valid thing. Like, honestly, there are ways that you probably could avoid spiders. If you're a dwarf or an elf race, their starting areas I don't think have spiders anytime early, and you literally just, like, we make a guy video. How to play LOTR without running into spiders. That would be a pretty funny video, actually. I don't know if that would be enough. It would be a lot of effort for, I don't know about the turnout for that video. Oh, nice. That sounds like an awesome computer. Came out Friday. Okay, Odie. Yep, all right. Yeah, it'll be fun. Again, I recorded, I think, my original interview with him like 4 years ago with Chance Thomas, but I don't know where the recording is. It's somewhere in my computer. It's written as a children's movie, but target audience are the parents. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so our next tower, everyone. Now that we have so many people here, so we've seen Minas Tirith. We saw the Tower of Echelion, right? However you say it, Echelion. Boromir said it like that. We saw Sirathungel. We saw the Tower of Minas Morgul, right? Again, what's the original name of Minas Morgul? Oh, my brain's not working right now. That's okay. We need to see... Let's see, where are the horse... Am I close to a horse place? What? Where are the horse places? There should be a horse place down here, I thought. All right, here, let me get on my horse here and ride down to the bottom real quick. I kind of wanted to go see, I wanted to see, you know, Minas, or sorry, not Minas more, you know, the Eye Tower, right? Barad-dur. Yeah, look at that. That's scary. We're riding into Mordor. What was it? What was it Boromir said? You can't walk into Mordor? Well, what about riding a horse into Mordor? Oh, it's so easy. No one will stop us. I need to go right. I bet you there's a horse stealing master down here. I'm not quite sure why it's not showing anything, but there's a milestone down here, so I bet you there's a stable master. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a random milestone skill without a stable. It's just a random milestone skill. That is quite random. Just covered in bones, you know, just in case. You want to come to this forsaken land. All right. Well, wait, who had that written down? So we're gonna check out the Tower of Barad-dur. All right. So, and then we need to see Orthanc, obviously, because it's one of the original two towers, right? Again, in the movies, what are the two towers they are hinting at is the Eye, Barad-dur, and Orthanc, which makes sense for the movie's telling of the story. But in the books, I think the original towers were actually the Tower of Minas Morgul and Orthanc were the two towers, because those are the ones you read about in the two towers book more. Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes I think milestones are left at a certain spot because maybe they refer an instance or a raid that might be close by. But yeah, sometimes it's like, what the heck? Why is that there? By the way, again, for the people who just hopped in, because there's a bunch of us, more people came in, I didn't just put this shirt on and get all fancy looking because it's the Two Towers, even though it is cool that it's the 23rd anniversary of the Two Towers today. I had a choir performance this morning, Christmas choir performance, and it went really well. It was super fun. And I will show it on the channel if you guys want to see it. All right, so there's a big fortress over there. There's a sort of a tower over there, but if we want to get to Minas, the Eye, we need to go right over here. So I believe there's a horse up here. So we could go to this horse right up here and then take a swift travel to Barad-dur on the other side there. Mordor's huge, by the way. Like, it's a big place. Go to Sears Town. Oh, no. That's not in Middle Earth. Where's Big Ben? Man, though, look at Mordor. Look at Mount Doom over there, you guys. It's freaking crazy. Again, it's always fun to do a sightseeing trip in LOTR, but it's really good if you have a lot of milestone skills like I do. But sometimes I don't have it to everywhere, so it's kind of hard to get there. Now, I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure the Tower of might be destroyed because it's over. I've already destroyed the ring in my storytelling. I haven't personally. Frodo did. Frodo and Sam. Technically, Gollum actually finished it off, but you know. The hero of the story, Samwise Gamgee. Because Sam is the one that gives the ring back. That's like crazy, man. And I still think the most impressive person that willingly gave the ring up, like completely and utterly willingly gave it up, was Bilbo. And Bilbo's had it for like how many years? He got it in his 50s? He had it for like, what is that, 70 years? Right? 70-something years? And he's like, oh yeah, I'll give it to Frodo. It's like, what? I don't know, man. I think Bilbo's the true hero of everything. If it wasn't for the pity of Bilbo, Gollum wouldn't have been there, and Frodo might have failed. So it's interesting. I like that little like storytelling by Tolkien. It's very cool. All right.
Hey.
All right, Mr. Highlander Ranger. I would let you take me to Barad-dur. I'm not quite sure why I'm not seeing any of the horses right now, but let's see. The Undun Foothills. Let's see. The Argonaut Rangers. I could go there. Is there a ranger? Oh, that's why I have to zoom in. Okay. So I need to go to Barthost. I don't see a horse to Barthost. They lie to me. Lie, precious. How can I go to Enchard in Isdell? Is that Yund? Gosh, these names, man. They're so hard. Endhill and Garth. I don't see any of these as options. That's really annoying. All right, we're gonna go here. That's how we get there. That'll be the fastest way to get to see the eye. I mean, technically the eye is gone. Sorry, guys. In my story, he's already been destroyed. But you know what? We can see another tower on the way right now, so. The ruins of something, something, something. Where is that? Again, you really learn your geography in LOTR. Because they do some of the names they add, obviously, but a lot of names they redo. Here's a great view of, you can kind of see it from here, actually. So, there's Mount Doom, right? Right there. This is one of the swamps. This is technically there's a fortress right here. We'll look to the right. Hopefully it'll have the load distance. There we go. You can see it, kind of. All right, so that bridge linked Barad-dur to Mount Doom. So that was the tower. Yeah, it's been destroyed, guys. But we'll check it out for a second. And then we're gonna check out the other towers. We'll do the Dale, the Tower of Dale, and we'll do the tower. Lots of towers. What other towers can we think of? Tower of Dale, the Tower of Radagast, and the Garth Gurus. By the way, that's an epic tower right there. So this is basically a vampire city, or the Mereville, right? They're the vampires pretty much of Lord of the Rings. You have to fight her in one of the raids because she's still alive after Sauron's killed, and she's basically one of his lieutenants, like the Witch King. So like there's the Witch King, and then he has a couple other people of other creatures that you don't really hear about in the movies. You sort of know about in the books, but LOTR has expanded on it a little bit, obviously. So there's where the tower used to be. It's been destroyed, so that was the tower. Again, this is the bottom of it, so as you can see, the tower went way up into the sky. And yeah, her tower over there, she's scary. She's supposedly the one, I believe, that caused the plague in the Second Age that wiped out a lot of Numenor, along with the Witch King making the plagues too. But that's the lore that at least LOTR added in, which I thought was kind of cool, because she's like a evil vampire witch. Yep, so that's the old bridge that linked them both. And obviously when the tower was destroyed and brought down low. Yeah, but you can kind of see how massively big that thing was. Like, look at that. As we get closer, you can kind of see the scale. Barad-dur is about the same scale as you see in the movies, right? I mean, it could be even bigger in the game. I don't know. They're both pretty big. So there it is. There's the tower, or what used to be of it. If you go, if we go around the corner, you can see the part that fell. So let's go look at that real quick. Also, there is lava coming out of Mount Doom. This guy seems to be AFK and being attacked by a random guy, so there you go, citizen. Yeah, he was AFK. I'll just help him out, you know, so he doesn't get killed and transported. Yeah, doing my job. I'm a guardian. I'm here to guard people. Just run him over. Alright, here's the other side. And again, as you can see, the tower collapsed. And I'm not actually sure where the main part of the tower is. Oh, there it is. There's the main part of the tower. So the tower's collapsed into the lava pit, basically, over here. So I'll get you a good angle here in a second. Yeah, oh good. Thank you for checking, Zening. Yes. Okay, so the non-premium housing you still have to pay, but it's in-game money. So, but the VIP housing, if you're a VIP, the in-game money is waived, so you don't ever have to pay for it if you're a VIP. Or basically a subscriber to the game, right? Alright, so here we go, guys. Here's a good shot of the original. Here's the bridge. That was the original tower that's smoking with death. And as you can see right here, there's where the top of the tower was. Again, if you notice, it doesn't really look like there was ever an eye because, as we all know in the book, there's not actually a flaming eye. Everyone knows that, right? I hate to break it to you. What do you guys think about the flaming eye in the movie? I'm a big fan. I think it was really well done because Sauron did have a Palantir, right? And a Palantir works kind of like, it's all the looking glass, right? But it's not a crystal ball, it's a stone. And it has the ability to be able to communicate with other ones and to see far distances like a telescope. So I thought it was a cool thing that Peter Jackson was like, well, Tolkien draws on his books his own pictures of an eye, right? So it was taking from Tolkien's drawings of the Eye of Sauron, right? Lidless, wreathed in flame, his actual like evil eyes, and then put it into the idea of the Palantir, right? As an eye, as his bodiless spirit, right? Which technically he wasn't completely bodiless in the books, but he was kind of just at his tower directing things. But still, I thought he just had really weak power. I thought it was cool in the movies. I like the eye. What do you guys think? Again, what do you guys think of the fallen tower here of Barad-dur? It's pretty dang awesome. See you later, Mr. Tie Dwarf. See you, Nugget Man. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I know. I know it's crazy, General Grievous. 20 years, time flies. The Star Wars is even in the second ones, man. Like the prequels, right? Those things are old now too. Samwise and Theoden are the two best characters. Yeah, they're amazing. They really are. Theoden is one of my favorites. He's my mom's favorite character. So. And it's funny because I see a lot of similarities. I mean, she never said it, but I see similarities in Theoden to my mom. My mom's gone through a lot of stuff in her life, and she's just been very, like, heroic and leading no matter what anyway. So, great respect for both her and the character. So anyway, I think it's really cool. Again, I don't think that's why it's her favorite character. I don't think she thinks thinks that, but I see that. So I can compliment if I want to. That's my prerogative. All right, imagine the player arriving at Mordor ready to fight Sauron, and he's already dead. Yeah, it's like, well, this is awkward. I played this game to defeat Sauron. No, the way it works is as your character builds through the story, things change. So, and right now my character is max level. I'm in the story of it's pretty much at the end of we're going into the Fourth Age. It's like the appendices of the Return of the King, right? And they're adding some stories, but they're like all very believable, what they would be in the world with the dwarves retaking Gundabad and stuff, which I love that they went into that because that's what I always imagined the dwarves would be doing. And Tolkien mentions a little bit that the dwarves retook Khazad-dûm, redid this, that, even though they were dwindling, right? Of course they did, right? And by the way, there's a whole conversation about do the dwarves die out? I don't think Tolkien meant it in the words he said. I have a video. I talked about that in a video. I could make a video on it, but I don't think so. I think the dwarves were still around. I just don't think they were as prevalent as they were. I think they were kind of like in their halls, is what Tolkien was saying, right? They kind of just stuck to themselves, but they were around many hundreds of years, right? The fiery eye, like your icon, General Grievous. Hey, it's right here. The tie. All right. Yeah, I like the fire eye too. I thought it was cool. All right, next place, you guys. Okay, so that's the tower, the destroyed tower right there in the lava of Barad-dur in Mordor here. So now we need to go and see what next. There's Mount Doom over there. Yes, the scariness of the eye. No, just kidding. What do you guys want to do next? You want to see the Dale Tower, Tower of Dale, or you want to go to see Orthanc? Which one? We save Orthanc for a few more minutes later, or do we do which one we do right now? Forward Shell. Yeah, Forward Shell. If you enjoyed Forward Shell, enjoy it. But if you're feeling stuck up there, you really don't have to be up there for too long, because you can do level 40 stuff in the Misty Mountains, and you can do level 40 stuff in Aragion, and you can do level 40 stuff in mid 40s in Angmar, right? By the way, I'm gonna make a video for fun on just the name thing with like certain names in like movie and versus like maybe how they're supposed to be said to an extent, because it's so funny. I was watching Lord of the Rings again, and a lot of people always, like I said, said, oh, it's not Aragorn, it's Aragorn. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess you're right, there's an N, right? Or a G or whatever. And then like I used to say Agmar, right? Or Angmar, or whatever. And then it's Angmar, right? But it's funny, if you go and listen to some of the main actors and characters when they say certain words, they're totally saying it not the way. Like, and granted, that's up to them, right? They're the actor. They can say it's a name. Names are stupid. They can be said however. But again, sometimes I'll even go back. I even heard Tolkien. I went back and heard Tolkien, one of his talks, talking about Aragon or Aragorn, right? It's not Aragon. It's like Aragorn. The way he says it, he like drops the one letter, and it doesn't sound like Anyway, you get the point. But it was funny because I even heard Tolkien. I'm like, okay, he doesn't even say it quite like Aragorn. He kind of like drops the one syllable a little bit, but it's not Aragon either. It's kind of like a mix between the two. But maybe it's his accent, but I don't know. He's the one that wrote the character, so he can say it however he wants. It's Tolkien. All right. So, there's another tower, by the way, over there. Look at that. And another tower. And another tower. Look at all the towers. All the little mini towers. All right, we're off to Bree. We're off to Bree. Off to see the wizard. No, we're not seeing Radagast yet. Laketown. All right, we'll go to Laketown, because Laketown has a tower too, technically. Hello, scary man. As he walks by our thing. Angmar spooked you too much, the quest there. That's fair. I know. Sometimes the game like gets you a little bit, like the sound effects in the background can be really scary. All right, welcome to Laketown, everyone. All right, there's one of the towers. This is not the Tower of Dale, though. The Tower of Dale is a lot bigger. So that's like the mansion, right, of the, what's his name? I believe we can actually run up in it, the tower of the. Basically, this is what we see in the Hobbit movies, right? When they, the one guy, the guy that just disgusts everyone, right? The Master's Manor, right? Manor. Ugh. That's always a challenging one when I'm doing voiceovers, guys. It's names. Especially all these names that LOTR like. Their lore masters are so good, they make up these names for certain places. It's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is the one tower. This is kind of his place. Of course, at this time, that guy is not around anymore in The Hobbit, right? This is many years later. All right, let's go over to Dale. Just a little too quiet, the sounds there. And by the way, you can see the bones of Smog right over there. Smog and Rock. No, just kidding. Anyone ever watch La Viva Dirt League? Their YouTube channel? Smog and Rock. All the made up words they use. It's so funny. Oh man, they are funny.
What can I do for you?
I would like you to take me to Dale, please. We want to see the Tower of Dale before it's dark. Oh, well, there's what we just looked at, right? The tower in the Laketown. All right, so if you look right here, there's a tower there, but as you can see right back there, there's the Tower of Dale with the bells. It's the one you see them blow the horns in the Hobbit movie, right? When Smog wipes them out. So let's go see it. There is a nice instance for in the tower. There's also an instance, by the way, for sorry, Orthanc. So there's some really cool instances around some of these towers, which we could do in a LOTR battle. I believe we did a LOTR battle. I'm pretty sure we did the Orthanc raid on a LOTR battle. Our playlist dedicated to raids, instances, and dungeons, and skirmishes and epic battles. Woo! Look at that. It's actually so epic compared to like the movies. And then of course there's the Lonely Mountain, right? There's Erebor over there. It's pretty cool. There it is. The Great Keep. It's actually a fortified defensive position with some pretty little gardens. Let's go inside. I also like in LOTR how you can just like go inside buildings. You see a building, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go inside that building. You just do it. I love that. Yeah, Angmar's background music is so cool. So anyway, here is Bard II, King of Dale. So I am assuming this is the son of the Bard we know, right? And then there's a whole quest line in helping him. So he's a young king, obviously. He's probably like, what, maybe 16? There's a little bit of stubble there on his chin, so I'm thinking like 16 probably. Unless he's one of those people that gets a beard at like 13, which I have seen. I have some friends like that. I started getting a beard around like 14 or 15, but I didn't, not that much until, you know, later on. All right, so you can go up. You can kind of go up the tower. You can't really go very high, but still cool. Anyway, the tower. All right, so where are we off to next, everyone? Where are we off to next? More towers for the 20th year anniversary of the Two Towers. Do you guys want to see Orthanc now? Do you want to go and see Radagast Tower? Or do we want to do that Rohan Tower that David was talking about? Which you're going to have to explain more, David, because I can't think of which one you're talking about right now. Technically, the Hornburg has a tower, too. Helm's Deep. I spent ages trying to get into the... Wait, MC, I'm not sure what you're talking about. A little more. I'll need a little more information. Yeah, it really did, General. Yeah, you guys, I did. It did definitely. Nick, I didn't get back out. It's been like 2 weeks. I know. It like flies by, and then you log in, and your character, you know, your things tells you like, you haven't been logged in 2.5 weeks. And it's like, well, thanks for telling me. I have been too busy with life to be in LOTR, which I want to be doing, right? Which is why I must say I am thoroughly enjoying doing the channel for you guys, because it always gives me an excuse to get on LOTR. All right. So. I'm gonna do a little vote for you guys, okay? Here we go. Here's our vote. All right. If I spell it wrong, I'm sorry. All right, what's next, guys? Okay, so here's the options. I ignore the spelling, just as long as you know what it says. Orthanc, Rohan, or Radagast Tower. Helm's Deep. We also have the one we could also go to Helm's Deep. That is true. Southwest of East Rohan. I mean, that's okay. We can still see it. All right, so you guys voted, and it looks like it's a total. Everyone wants to just do Orthanc. I agree. Let's hit up Orthanc, and then we can do the last two after. All right. Let's see. Fastest way for me to get to Orthanc. Let me think for a second. I think I need to go to South Bree and take a swift travel. My guy's like, let's see, how do I make sure I get to the right place? It's like looking around. All right. So we're going to Orthanc, and now it's going to be nighttime. We could also jump on the raid to look at the top of Orthanc, which we might do.
What can I do?
But I want to see it from outside. So, to get to Orthanc, we need to go to Dunland. It's in the same area. I think it's called Galtref, right? I think that's the closest we can get. Yeah, let's go to Galtref. Guys, I gotta get a water. Can you give me like 1 minute or less? Let me just grab a water. I'll be right back. My throat is getting way too dry. Give me a sec. I'm back! Got myself a water, reusable thing there, and peanut butter pretzel bites. You guys got a snack? It's always better to hang out when you got a snack. All right. So, by the way, I got a new, I just got this little cheap sign. If you guys work from home, I highly recommend this, okay? If you, channel, working from home, whatever you do, and you need your family to know you're like doing something, I got one of the little $10 signs that has like this little flip thing, and it just says like, you know, if you're available, it says please not green, and then it's like red and says do not disturb, and it has like two other like in a meeting kind of thing and stuff. And it's like $10, and it works great. I just have it on the door there, and I also put above the door, I got this little like thing that I could turn off and on with a remote, and it literally just is a little light up box that says on air, and it lights up. Right? So when I'm streaming, everyone else who lives in my house, there's a bunch of us, knows that I'm streaming, right? So they don't just walk in and like, oops, sorry, you know. So, and then of course they text me. I always watch my phone if they need me. But yeah, it's really handy. Very, very official feeling, right? Because my armory here is also my studio, right? So kind of have to think about those things, obviously. Not that I don't mind when they come in during a stream. It's not the end of the world, but you know, it can be distracting when you're working, especially when you're editing or making a video that's recorded, right?
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
But it's fun to be able to click it on and then it lights up. It's like on air. I'm like, yeah, we're hanging out right now. All right, so. All right, here we are when we're in Dunland. We got to go to the Gap of Rohan and then up to Narn Kuruner, which is the valley of basically Orthanc. I need to go to his camp. This guy's camp. Boom, there we go. And that will get us straight to Orthanc. And I'm going to open these, try not to open them in the mic. Go. Here we are. We're here. We're at Orthanc. You guys ready? Cooking chili while listening. Ooh, chili. Yummy. Alright, so unfortunately it is nighttime. So Orthanc's gonna be a little darker. I wish there was like a command that you could just make it day in the game, but the Pillar of the White Hand. By the way, there's a giant hand that's like they've done with like blood. It's really creepy. Orcs are scary, man. Alright, you can kind of see it there in the distance. We're gonna have to get a little closer to get a good visual since it's nighttime in the game, unfortunately. I might be able to lighten it up if I turn up. Oh, you know what? I have to go into. Let me try going into full screen. There. Can you guys can still see the game, right? Now that I'm in full screen, let's see if I can lighten it up a little bit. There's a good little trick. There. Can you guys see it better? Is that too bright, or is that okay? There we go. There, it's gonna be a little bleached maybe, but does it need to be brighter? Can you see it? I know, Odie. I actually bought a special lock on the door now where the dog can't get in. Instead of just my regular, it's a sliding door. There's like a latch that I hook now. So it can't be opened. So as much as he pulls on the door. Is that a Santa hat on the pillar? I don't know. Was there a Santa hat? I don't think so. Alright, there it is, guys. Orthanc. Again, if you notice, the rock again is that dark rock. Because it was originally built by the Númenóreans, right? Here's the two front trolls, this is Mr. Barashal and Drog. They're kind doorkeepers. They allow me to come in whenever I want. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys can see it. All right, there it is. I bumped up the brightness so that you can kind of see it. See, because I can't even do this. But if I get it too bright, it'll bleach it out. There. They should be able to see it, no problem. The Tower of Orthanc. It's quite epic. And if you notice in this version, the bottom is more built into like a mountain. This is Orthanc. It's Isengard. This is the Tower of the Lord of the Rings version. Yeah, it really saves a lot of room, Odie. The door, it really does. The pocket doors are awesome. It's just hard because they don't really have really good locks. They're like these little latch locks, so they can easily get, if they wiggle them, they kind of pop open. So now I have a latch for the dog, so he can't do it. Yeah, it's pretty scary because Saruman's gone full evil. What's up, Jeffer? Ember, welcome, guys. I know, Jeffer, it's the best. Yeah, the hobby horse is the best. It's kind of cool at night because you can like see the moon and the misty mountains behind it, right? And the sound effects are really scary, aren't they? So again, why are we looking at this tower right now? For the anniversary of the 20th year anniversary of the Peter Jackson's Two Tower movies, right? Again, not for the books. When did the Two Tower book get released? When did the Two Towers Lord of the Rings book get released? That was on November 11th, 1954. So we're talking about the movie's anniversary, right, guys? We're not talking about the book's anniversary, obviously. So that's November 11th. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it really is cool. Ember, let's stick to everything Lord of the Rings. Oh, look at Troll in the dungeon. Unless it's Harry Potter references, that's fine. Alright, man, that thing is super cool. Do you guys want me to start the instance and we go on top of it? Because you can only go on top of it if you start the instance. I can run in the front here, though, if you guys want to see inside the front real quick. That's so cool, Nick. What was your first experience seeing the Two Towers movies? Anyone is welcome to write up their story of their first time seeing it or whatever, or a fun story with it, and I will gladly read it out. Because that was kind of the whole point of our thing here, besides looking at all the towers in Lord of the Rings Online. Oh, yeah, that is cool. That is cool. I know, he's such a good actor. He did the voice for Treebeard, too. Orcs! Ember, orcs! Yep, lots of orcs here. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go in. So anyway, I actually think the version from this game is very, very cool. Like, I love the version from the movies, too, obviously, right? We could see it on the... I think my thumbnail, or one of my pictures I sent out today has it, but look at the door. Is this the door I can go in? Oh, maybe I can't go in this door. I thought this was the front door. Is there another front door? Is that the side door? Maybe I can only go in the raid with the actual quest. Yeah, it looks like that is, and again, as you can see, it's built into a rock. The original story, it's kind of built into a stone rock, right? All right, so let's go into our instance finder and go to the tower. Again, it looks a little bleached right now because, let's see. I just want Isengard. Let's see. I guess it's the Tower of Orthanc. Here we go. Let's launch it. Again, I'm not gonna do the full thing. We're just gonna see it.
Welcome to the Ring of Isengard, heroes. I have watched your progress with great interest. Prove yourselves worthy, and I shall share with you the secrets of Middle-earth.
So that is Saruman's voice in this game. Alright, now we should be able to go in because it's the raid. Now, I'm trying to remember, we can walk in, but I wanted to get to the top, but I might have to like complete all the stages of the raid, which might be... What's up, Zone? Welcome! We're exploring all the towers of Middle-earth. We're gonna go into Orthanc. Can I even get in here, or do I have to do all the levels first? Oh, you know what? I think with this raid, you have to like complete all the other instances first, and then you can do it. So, we're not gonna do it right now. But if you really want to see the inside or from the top of the tower, I believe I did do it on the battle playlist later on. Ooh, look at that moon, though. Whoa, that's cool. But welcome everybody. Hey, everyone hopped in here. All right, guys, we're talking all about towers today on this stream because it is our it is the 20th year anniversary of the Two Towers movie, which is super, super cool. So what I would like to do now is we're gonna check out a couple more towers. So Zone, we already checked out. Everyone who just hopped in, we already checked out the Minas Tirith Tower, so we're not just sticking to the two towers from the movie, right? So in the movie version, it's Barad-dur and Orthanc, right? But in the book, technically, it's Orthanc and Minas Morgul, the towers they're being talked about. But we checked out Minas Morgul, Tirith Ungol, Barad-dur, Tower of Ithilien, which is in Minas Tirith. Tower of Orthanc. Now I think we're going to check out... Let's go to Radagast's tower. The little Radagast tower. And then I think we should go hit that Rohan tower and maybe like Helm's Deep. Because Helm's Deep is in the Two Towers movie. We have to go look at Helm's Deep, right? Zollin is Giga. And by the way, I'm dressed up a little bit because I had a Christmas performance this morning. A choir Christmas performance, so I got on literally like an hour after. Alright. So now,
What can I do for you?
we are going to go to Oscaruth. Tower of Radagast, which is not super impressive, but it is in this game and it's a tower, so we're going to go look at it. I'm sorry, I had to take a snack. Put in this old, ancient Arnor broken down structure here in the Lone Lands. I mean, technically, the Tower of... I mean, it's the Watchtower of Amon Sul, right? I mean, it's sort of... It's a tower, I guess. But it's nighttime, so it might not look super impressive to go look at the Tower of Amon Sul. There it is. It's kind of broken down, but there's the Tower of Radagast back there. There's a couple players here. There's like 4 or 5 people playing. Oh, 6, 7, 8. See, by the way, guys, yes, people play on CrickHollow. Lots of players, okay? So this is it. It's a tiny little tower, but it does count because it's called the Tower of Radagast. Oh, I don't think I can go into it, sadly, because I already completed the quest. No. Oh, wait, no. Actually, no, it's not that one, is it? It's the one over inside the marsh, isn't it? I take it back. I think it's inside the red marsh, so we'll go around the corner here. Yeah, I have a white beard because I'm Santa Zollin for the holidays, for Christmas here. Nice, nice. Okay, so we got to do the Tower in Rohan, and we got to go to Helm's Deep. All right, thank you, Zening. And that means once we see this one, we've completed everything on that list. Does Elf have any towers? Ooh, Ember, good question. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, there's some towers for the elves, right? In LOTR? Maybe we can find one. Oh, Karis Galahan. Oh, yeah. I mean, do they have a tower, or are you just, like, I mean, it's a tree. I mean, I guess you could kind of consider it their tower, right? This is it right here. This one, I believe, is the... I believe this is the tower of... right here. Barad-dur. Again, it's quite a small one. But, here's Radagast the Brown. The less crazy version in Lord of the Rings Online. More of a sane person compared to the movies, where he's like got bird poop on his head. Which I don't think most people like. As much as I did like, one thing I liked about Radagast in the movies is I liked the fact that he's like trying to figure out what killed the hedgehog, right? And he's like, it can't be witchcraft. And then he's like, and then he realizes it's evil, and he like counters it with his magic, right? Because he's actually a Maiar, and he's a good Maiar, right? And I like that. I thought that was super cool. And even though it's kind of freaky how he does it, right? I thought it gave a really good air of, he's like, oh, there's evil creeping into the forest of Mirkwood, right? Like, I thought I actually enjoyed that part still. But again, I really like the Radagast and LOTR. It follows the books a little bit better than they did in the movie. They made him a little too crazy in the movie for me. A little too like he's a good guy, but he's kind of insane kind of thing in the movies. I wasn't really too fan of that. But there's still parts that actor did a really good job in the movie that I liked. All right. So now that we're here in Agamor, or whatever, however you say the name, we need to go to... By the way, guys, here, we'll put on our Santa stuff again. Here. All right, here we go. We're Santa Zollin. Okay. All right, bringing all the presents of cheer. We need to go to the Rohan one. All right, my teleport thing is up in 40 seconds, and we'll move there. Oh, thanks, Ember. Yeah, I worked very hard to make sure it looks really good for you guys, the best I can. And obviously, I can only stream at 1080 for you guys with a stream. And I do that because most computers and internet can only handle like a 1080 stream. And obviously, most people don't have a 2K monitor anyway they're watching it on. But obviously, if I do a lot of my videos, like my tour videos and my ambiance videos, those are always, I record those in 2K with like really high bit rate, like 4500 bit rate. So those are like, you're seeing about, it's almost as high quality as I see with my eyes when I look at my monitor. Zone, only 1080. I know, it's really good. What's up, everybody? So many people here. We are the 20th anniversary, you guys, of the Two Towers movies today. That is crazy. Jingle bells, beard. Yes, I'm Santa Zollin today. All right, so the next tower for the honorary, in honor of the Two Towers movie, we are now going to go look at another tower. We've gone through about 6 in the last hour and a half. Technically, there's a tower in Bree too, but look, that's a tower, right? That's a tower over there. Yeah, look at these. Look at the updated like character. Like they look so much better now. What is this awesome shield? Where did you get the shield? Wait, what is this? Curse the anonymous. Oh, I hate it when everyone puts their characters on anonymous. It drives me crazy.
Greetings.
I just it's like I'm not gonna try to. I'm not here to steal your resources. I just want to know where you got the shield. All right. We are gonna go to. Did you say it was in Snowborn? The tower in Rohan? Snowborn? All right. Here we go. The trees are alive. That's Fangorn, Ember. Fangorn Forest. We're going to be very close to Fangorn Forest. We could probably run by it real quick. But, so now we're in Rohan. We took a swift travel from Bree. So we just traveled from Bree, which is here, all the way down to here in Rohan. We're here on the east Rohan. So if you look up here, the eaves of Fangorn Forest, this is where the walking trees are. Or the Ents, as they're called. All right, where's the Tower of Snowborn? Is that right there? Santa Dwarf! Yes, I'm Santa Zollin today. It's for Christmas time. We're Santa Zollin. I like this. They made this waterfall the actual milestone. I kind of wish they would do this more often. Like, change milestones, but I think it would get confusing for people, but this is actually a milestone. This waterfall. I think it's kind of a cool little thing they did. Is this the tower over here? Oh yeah, there's Middle Earth is huge, and LOTR is one of the biggest games of all time, actually. An actual area to travel and explore. Oh look, these little kids are having fun playing. That's adorable. All right, I mean, it's sort of a tower. It's more like a pillar. I mean, it's still a tower. It's still pretty cool. I didn't even know. You know what this is? I think this Rohan city was built. Oh, this is pretty cool, actually. I think this Rohan city was built in an ancient Arnor, or Gondorian city. So they like used its ancient walls. They just built inside it, which is actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So, when we saw that one, let's do Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep, here we come. One of the most epic cinematic battles of all times. How many of you guys... Okay, I'm curious. This is a tough question, but I'll put it in the poll, okay? What is your favorite battle? Do you like the Battle of Minas Tirith in the Return of the King, or the Battle of Helm's Deep? Now, granted, probably not a... Me, personally, I love both, like, tremendously. But I'm just curious, all right? So I'm just going to see what you guys think. Just off the top of your head, even if you don't dislike the other one, obviously. Just which one is your favorite? All right, here we go. Ready? Here comes the poll. Boop. All right, there you go. All right, you can vote. Both, Odie. I know. For me, it's just like both. Maybe I should just put a both answer on there too. But just throw out your favorite one right now. Because I mean, I know the majority of people are like Helm's Deep. Like, because the thing is with Helm's Deep, it's a little bit more personable, and it's a little bit more all about Helm's Deep for like 30 minutes of the movie, right? So you see a lot more happen, right? Ember likes Minas Tirith. Yeah, I really like the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, and mainly it's because of the charge, the Rohirrim charge. It's one of my favorite scenes out of all 3 movies. It's just so well done. The whole speech by Theoden and stuff. Oh, what's up? All right, well, you guys all vote in the poll. There's 22 of you here, and only 14 of you voted. There should be a little drop-down poll right there for you guys to vote. Should have popped up on the live chat. You can't see it. It's at the top. I think you have to tap it and it'll open, and you can choose which one. Minas Tirith just for the speech. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The speech of Theoden. If I cut the speech out, like, that's not part of the criteria, then I'm sure most of us would probably vote Helm's Deep. But, like, Theoden's speech is just, like, so good. Now, granted, there's some really awesome moments in Helm's Deep battle, too. And Aragorn does some pretty amazing things. And I know it's not in the books, but I really like the part where he's like, you're gonna have to toss me. And I know that's, some people really don't like that, and that it's all silly for the movie, but I love that part. And he's like, so tell the elf. He's like, not a word. He like throws him over. I love that bonding moment between Gimli and Aragorn. Like, it was really, I love that. Perfect acting. It was so good.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Let's see. I want to go to Helm's Deep, sir. Oh my gosh, there's so many places to go. The Entwade. How do I get across? I don't remember all these Rohirrim towns. Like, I love geography, and I love LOTR's geography, man, but there are so many things. Towns. The Entwade. I need to go to the Entwade. Okay. The Mumakil part was really cool. And the oath over, yeah, it's really cool. Welcome, everybody. Wow, there's a bunch of you guys on here. Hey guys, if you're enjoying yourself, don't forget to hit the like button. Kind of lets everybody else know we're streaming. All right, guys, so we're about to go look at Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings Online. We've been running around, for everyone who just hopped in the stream. We've been going to all the towers to celebrate the 20th year anniversary. So we've been exploring them in LOTR, right? So we hit up, we went to Minas Tirith, or the Tower of Ithilien. We went to, the Tower of Tirith Ungol, Minas Morgul.
I am afraid.
Where else did we go? Barad-dur, Orthanc, right? We've gone to all those for the Two Tower movies, and now we're going over to Helm's Deep to honor the Two Towers movie. We're going to check out Helm's Deep in-game.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
All right, see, I think I need to take a swift travel to Edoras, and then from there I should be able to... Well, let's look at Edoras too, right? We see that in the Two Towers movie a lot. Shall I describe it to you, or should I find you a box? I know, I love that part. It's so good. And then I love Gimli's laugh. He's a little giggle laugh. And by the way, if you've ever watched the Battle of Helm's Deep in fast motion, ×2 or ×3 or something on the TV, that laugh gets so funny. It's like, it's this little tiny like goat laugh. And if you guys don't know this thing, it's called like the Archer of Helm's Deep. I forget what the YouTube video is, but it's basically the guy who releases the arrow too soon, right? They basically show him shooting over and over and over, like they edit it, and they show him just slaughtering all the arrows that the elves shoot. Those are his arrows. He's just like, brrr, like it's a really funny YouTube video. I should try to find it right now and share it, and I'll link it right now. It's so funny. I highly recommend after the stream you just check it out. And there's like a ×2 of it, ×2 speed, and then like a slow-mo speed, and it just, they're all so funny to watch. It's so funny. So let's check out, we're here at Edoras. It is nighttime, but that's okay. So there is the keep, right? The Golden Hall of Meadowstead, or whatever the name is, something like that. We're gonna go up and look at it real quick, and then we'll run over to Helm's Deep. Since we're here. I mean, this is, so again, it's a lot bigger in Lord of the Rings Online. they make Edoras a lot larger. So, which again, I like. It's a little bit more true to the book. They made Edoras kind of small looking in the movie, but now, granted, I will point out that all of that was real, right? They actually built that entire town on top of a mountain. So, they couldn't have done better than that, right? Like, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this in the Two Towers movie, but since it's the honorary Two Towers movie, I think this is probably a relevant thing to tell you guys. When they built the town of Edoras on that hill, that was a national park inside of New Zealand. So New Zealand said yes, they could do it, which was insane. They said they could. They said, but you have to take care of the grass. So what they did to build this massive place, right, in the movies, they actually peeled up all the grass, had them all in greenhouses, right, like temporary greenhouses, where they took care of them and sprayed them with water and misted the grass and all this stuff. They basically, all the spots where the houses were, right, built the houses, right, all the buildings for Edoras in the movie. And then after the movie was over, they took up all the buildings and they put all the grass back down and made sure it was all like back to pristine national park level. That blows my mind. So that's a Two Towers movie fact, okay? If you go and watch the extended information, right, with the discs, that they'll talk about that. But that's crazy to me that they spent that much time in the Two Towers Peter Jackson movies to peel the grass up carefully in the sods, right? And then I watched, they're like watering them daily and misting them, and for the entire week and a half of filming, crazy. And it took them some month and a half to build the town. It's crazy. So obviously they had to keep the grass even longer than that. So here we go. Here is the Golden Hall of Meadowstad, right? Or is it how you say it? Let's see. Let's get closer and see the actual name here. Meadowseld. There's an L. Sorry. Though I don't remember him saying the L in the movie. But again, as I was talking about, the movie characters sometimes say it a little wrong. So look at actually how big it is. If I go to the side here, it's much larger than you see in the movie. It's really large. Actually kind of crazy large. It looks like it's 6 stories. And it's more like a Noah's Ark. It's not that big, but it's really, really big. So that's actually, we'll look inside real quick. Helm's Deep is far over that way. But again, as you can see, Edoras is a lot larger. Again, the render distances have been improved on the game recently, so look how far you can see even at night, which is cool. You can see all their lights on down there, and we're not going to explore the whole town, but let's go inside Meadowseld here and look around. Yeah, it looks like, so we got 21 votes on the battle scene. It definitely looks 70% go for the Helm's Deep. I totally understand. It's probably one of the best cinematic battles of all times. So, again, me personally, the speech in the Minas Tirith battle by Theoden is so amazing that I tend to lean if I was going to vote to that one. But it's really hard for me because I love both so much. So they're all both amazing. So welcome to the hall with the awesome engraved horses all over the place. And shields everywhere. Dark Solo, did you find the video? Yeah, you can post it. If it lets you, go for it. Go for it. Sorry I didn't read that. Did you find the Archer video that I was talking about? That would be very helpful. I appreciate it. Let me catch up. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right, bye, Zone. I'm sorry, he's probably already gone, but have a good night. It's late. It's really late for him, I know. He's on the far side of Europe, I think. Helm's Deep. I saw it, very funny. Mario, you saw that. I thought Galadriel killed all the orcs, though. Oh, well, Elvin, no. She did, apparently, in the movie version, help send those guys, right? Bigger Edoras is nice, yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Is it based off Edoras? I didn't realize that the Elder Scrolls city was based off that. Interesting. That would make sense. Makes sense. Again, as we say a lot, Tolkien is kind of the father of fantasy, right? So, he has such a great foundation that a lot's built on it because people love it, right? So other fantasies that have nothing to do with it have a little bit of, inkling. Things trickle in, right? Because a lot of times, look at that awesome, awesome throne. Look at that throne. Whoa, so cool. Elvin. You troll, you. Nick to buy a meat hall in game and all in real life and put shields all over. Yes, lots of shields. We like the shields. The King's Guard. Anyway, beautiful. You can kind of see there's smoke on the ceiling because of the fires, which is kind of interesting effect. I would think they would have a ventilation system though for that, right? Most Viking, it seems like to me that the Rohirrim buildings, the way Tolkien described them, were a little bit based on Viking buildings, so to a small degree, and then maybe Old English, right, like Wessex. So I would assume that they would have thought about smoke, right? Tolkien would have. Tolkien probably didn't even mention it, even though he's so detailed, because he just knew that everyone would be smart enough to realize that, of course, they would have smoke ventilation, right? I mean, there'd be some smoke in there, though, so I think that's why LOTR has that effect on the thing there. All right, to Helm's Deep. Let's go see Helm's Deep here. Wee! Oh! Why is my horse not jumping? Why won't you jump? Horse is like, I don't want to jump. And then I realized Aragorn was older than Theoden. Yeah, I know, yeah. It's like there's a reason that Aragorn was helping lead the entire Deeping Wall. He had more experience than everybody else at that place. And not to mention, a lot of people don't realize from the movies that Aragorn has been the chieftain and leading of an entire group of like an entire pretty much nomadic group of rangers in Cardolan and all these places in Eriador, right?
These are
which you learn about in
times for the
LOTR and the
Rohirrim.
books, right? But LOTR really goes over that a lot. He is the chieftain of the Dunedain, right? And in the books, and they also do that well in the Lord of the Rings Online here, the Dunedain they're the Grey Company. They come with Aragorn to Gondor, along with after the whole Pass of the Dead and stuff. So that's kind of cut out for storytelling to kind of keep it to less characters in the movies, which I totally understand why they did it. But there's so much more complexity to the story past the movies, even though the movies are so good. And again, if I was Peter Jackson and if I looked at that whole storytelling, I probably would have limited for 3 movie series. I would have probably limited how many characters too. I would have gone to the main characters, because it's really fun having tons of characters that with all these names in a series. But if you're doing a movie, it's harder to everyone to understand what's happening. All right, here we go. We're at Helm's Deep, the massive Helm's Deep. All right, so I think what we'll do first is we'll ride outside real quick. I do have a tour video, by the way, at Helm's Deep, so if you want to see it at daytime, high definition later, and you're like, I'd really like to see Helm's Deep today, too. I do have a tour video of Helm's Deep in full, I think I did it in full, definition kind of thing. I don't know if I did it with my new computer, but it's still in really high definition. All right, here it is. Here is Helm's Deep, the version from Lord of the Rings Online. I must say, I do like the version in the movies better. That they kind of followed. Now, one thing they didn't do in the movies that I was a little about, disappointed maybe a little bit, is that there's actually a first wall farther up. So there's a wall up there, if you can see, and there's actually a whole skirmish with it. There's a first level wall first, and then the orcs break that. They all retreat to the Hornburg and the main fortress. So that's in the books, but that's not in the movies. But again, I understand why they took that out, and I definitely liked how the movie version looked better. But it's still, this is really cool. Is it too dark? Do I need to lighten it up, or can you guys see it? Yeah, Zeding. Yeah, you could tell the graphical updates if you played the game 2 years ago, or even past that, and look, you can tell even the older areas when you come back. You're like, oh, even the textures and there's more grass and more effects and better textures on the rocks, and They've been updating a lot. The render distances are better. It's really awesome. It makes me really excited because it means the game will have much longer longevity of lasting if it looks better, right? For newer players as well. The game says nope. Yeah. Sometimes the jumping mechanic can be a little weird with the horse. Yeah, General Gravis, I do think LOTR does a good job. So when you're like, they seem to like, I would say they like 80-90% nail it most of the time with the feeling you read from the books and then see it in the game. So let's go look at the Hornburg. Oh, really? Oh, interesting, Nick. That's interesting. That could totally, yeah, makes sense. All right, so here's the deeping wall. There is the weak spot, right, that gets exploded with the river, because there's a river coming out from the mountains, which would make sense. They would have a river, right? So it makes sense they were able to take advantage of that in the story. So you got the first one, and again, as you can already see, one thing different in the game is the grandeur size is bigger. So like the gate is bigger, the gatehouse is much larger than you see in the movie, right? You don't see the little spot. Well, there's a little courseway, right, that they probably ran out here. There's the door. But there wasn't like a jump like they did in the movie, right? All right, let's go look at the Hornburg up close. Yeah, there's another player right there. Jukebox. All right. So, and one thing that they don't show in the movie, what they show here in the game, is that the Hornburg was actually, I don't believe it was connected originally to the mountain like they did in the movie. It was one single keep. Like, there's a wall connected to the mountain, and there is the glittering caves back in the back behind the deeping wall, but it's one single keep that goes all the way around, and now we're going to go up to it. So there's like a wall within a wall, right? And I love these pulley and lever systems they have everywhere, because, like, you know, that's how they get the resources up, right? Like, very, very cool. I think it's pretty awesome. So then there's one bridge into the keep. So the orcs have to fight their way up these side walls, right? To get up these stairs, which all have special rooms that, assuming, have doors that close. So, and again, you can see this is how you get on the deeping wall. There's some spots that have catapults where they can shoot down along the river. There's the first wall again down there on the far side. Let's go up to the actual keep. So then we go up here. There's another staircase. So here's the actual tower / keep. There it is. Pretty epic. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I know, Jeffrey. It's the best. The LOTR environment is so cool. And there you can see there's the one, again, similar style, though, as we see in the movie, right? They did follow the same layout Tolkien said. The wall connected to this, the inner wall, or the keep, and then there's a courtyard area, and then there's the main keep that you can go into. That also has a inner looping buildings and walls. It's really quite epic. And again, if you do remember that, I believe, off the top of my head, I think the Hornburg was built by, here's Theoden in LOTR. Pretty awesome. A little bit older than the one we see in the movie, but I think it might be more accurate because he is pretty old. Of course, the actor was so good. Oh my gosh, I would never pick another actor for Theoden. He did such a good job. The Great Hall of the Hornburg. Again, the keep is called the Hornburg. I almost forgot. I think I said that, though. Oh, look. We got some cool storytelling here. So these are actually, I believe, real stories with different characters. It's really cool. They got the tapestries on the walls. The flags up there. They're all the different houses of the Rohirrim. You kind of learn about them in the game as you go. And this is a story right above the king's chair, right? And then, of course, I'm assuming certain leaders, right? Theoden and Awen probably. But that is Helm Hammerhand, which we are going to get a series on. Woohoo! Speaking of the Two Towers, how many of you excited about the Rohirrim anime series movie that New Line Cinema is working on? I'm excited. I know one of the narrators and voices is going to be the actual actor of Awen from the Lord of the Rings movies, so I'm down. I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. My gut feeling is it's going to be good, but especially since they have the rights to Peter Jackson's, they can kind of tie it in a little better, right? New Line Cinema. So we'll see. We'll be the judges of it, but I have much higher hopes for that series. I'm also very interested to see how they'll do it with anime. I like anime, so I think it'll be an interesting crossover. I think it can work really good if they do it right. We'll see, though. The music always goes with the environment, Jefford. Yeah, that... I say this a lot of times, right? This is with any video game I've ever played. Music is 50% for me with any game I've ever played. If the music is good, I usually like it. And then the gameplay is decent, right? But, like, if the music is bad, even if the gameplay is good, never is good for me. Like, the music for me is always super important. The death of the White Wizard shouldn't have been cut. Yeah. And I granted, I know the way they kill Saruman in the Two Towers, isn't how he dies, right? Like the Scarring of the Shire later, he dies in the Shire. But I think it was important. And also, I'm glad that they added in later because, he was so amazing, that actor. He's such an amazing person, right? That it was kind of sad they took out his part. You know what I mean? After he acted it so well. But I still thought it was really well done. The version that they created where he dies, falls off Orthanc kind of thing. Yes, Gimli became Lord of the Glittering Caves, and Legolas helped him build the caves. Yes, and they were there for many, many years. Legolas helped him, and Gimli was the Lord of the Glittering Caves for many years. And when Gimli was really, really old, he was the first dwarf to go to the Undying Lands. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the reason he was allowed to go was, one, he was part of the party, the Fellowship who destroyed the ring. That's reason one. Two, he was really good friends with the elves and Legolas. And three, Galadriel. I'm pretty sure Galadriel put it in and let Gimli come. He's awesome. He's a really respectful dwarf. Now, granted, a lot of people don't realize the Undying Lands, you can still die there. It's wonderful. There's no sickness, all this stuff, but those characters still do pass away. But there is an afterlife, obviously, heaven in Tolkien's lore, right? But that is still, I'm sure Gimli lived many more years as an old dwarf in the Undying Lands with Legolas. Legolas got to show him his land, and explore it with him, because Legolas had never actually been to the Undying Lands, right? He was born in Mirkwood. So I'm sure that was really exciting for Legolas, too, to see his people's homeland kind of thing. Yeah, Elbin, yes, funny, but I actually like Galadriel, the character we get from the books. She's one of the coolest representations of an awesome, powerful, feminine warrior character. Not warrior, lady, right? I feel like, without going too much into it, that I don't consider the Rings of Power version to be she's too different. Which, by the way, little side note, the Rings of Power make it very clear that it's not supposed to be like the other character, which I think they made the wrong decision on that. But it literally says, not the ethereal Lady of Lorien that people are used to. That's in their description of their first episode. So, which I think was a mistake. But not Rings of Power. Rings of Power put away. I'm just talking about the Peter Jackson's version and the book version of Galadriel. I think she is one of the coolest characters ever. And she's just through the entire story of Middle-earth. Tolkien obviously loved his character because she's through everything, right? She's through everything. Which again is why I think that, I don't want to go into, today is Two Towers. We're not going to talk about anything Rings of Power. Elbin, I get the joke. Dying in the Undying Lands She's great at swimming. Yeah, I know. She should get swimming lessons. Man, look at that tower, though. It's so cool. Is there any other place we need to see for the anniversary of the two towers, guys? Is there any other place that's really important to see for the two towers? We've seen a lot of towers. We've gone all over. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else we should see. I love the fact, another good story, right? I love the fact in the Fellowship that Galadriel gives Gimli. He says, you know, I love that part where he's like, I asked for 1 golden hair. She gave me 3. And he's like so in like love, like that she's so wonderful, and like Legolas smiles. I love that part. It's so neat because if you know the story, when Galadriel was young and in the Undying Lands in the original lore, there was a suitor, an elven noble basically, that wanted to marry her, and he asked for some of her golden hair, and she said no, and he was angry about it. Like he was like livid, right? Like and this elf. So I think that's why it was so much more when the elves all realized that Galadriel gave 3 golden hairs to a dwarf, right? Like it just made that part all the more better if you know that background lore that Galadriel has never given anyone her golden hair. Nobody. And like she's an elf. I don't even know if they lose their hair. Like, right? Like we do, like we lose a piece of our hair. I don't know. Maybe they don't. By the way, guys, here's Legolas. But I just think that was just like the coolest. And I think Peter Jackson's version of Galadriel, like Cate Blanche, is just I don't know what it is about Cate Blanche, but she just radiates this grace about her. You know what I'm saying? She just like she's amazing. You know what I mean? And like in The Hobbit, she was a mom. She had kids that were coming on the set and stuff. And yet, it's crazy. I know that they get a lot of makeup and stuff, but she doesn't look that much older in The Hobbit. She looks like she's barely like 5 years older. Like, and I know they have CGI and all this makeup and stuff, but I don't think they CGI'd her very much. I think she's just like gorgeous, right? Like, it's like she's amazing. A certain noble, yeah, Legolas, yeah. I know, the way Legolas smiled is adorable. I think probably Legolas might have known the story too, so that's probably why he was like, "Good job, Gimli, good job." You stuck it to that elven noble, who I don't know if he is still alive. I don't know that, because then later Galadriel marries Celeborn, right, in the history of the First Age, or pre that. Yeah. Was it Feanor? Is he the one that wanted the golden hairs? Am I just totally blanking? Or was it a I forget who his name was. Feanor. It is Feanor. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and he was mad about it. He was really mad about it, I remember. Yeah, that was reference. Yeah. Yeah, that Gimli was a pure-hearted dwarf, which shows that not all dwarves are greedy. Even though dwarves like treasure and they like stuff. Yes, that is Venom. Very well said, guys. Read the comment. Venom is right on point with that. Yes, that was it. It was Feanor. I totally forgot it was Feanor. See, Tolkien has so many characters, it's hard to remember who's who sometimes. All right, it's 4:30 my time. I still have more time to go a little to do some more stuff. Do you guys, anyone have any suggestions on where you want to travel in Middle-earth? Excuse me. Gotta get some water in my voice. Remember, I sang a lot this morning for my performance, so like, I gotta be careful. I'm not doing any voiceovers. Let's see here. Oh, I was gonna sneak in and see if Epic Kingdom stream was up, but it looks like he stopped his already. All right. Do a poll on best moments. Well, the problem is, what best moments do we want? We're talking about the battles? Look at this guy. Look at this guy photobombing. This archer, he's like, hello there. I am really epic and cool, and you should look at how awesome I am. I'm that guy who shoots the arrows in the movie. I'll see you later. This is what I do if anyone makes a silly comment ever in LOTR on our live stream. I'm just gonna like this. Smack! Stop that. Oh, I know, Venom. That's true. That's true. He just like everyone like hesitates with the ring, and Gimli's like, "Screw this, just kill it!" My favorite part about that in the movie is the fact that Gimli grabs his dad's axe. It's Glowin's axe. He doesn't even use his own. He grabs his dad's, and just destroys his dad's axe. I'm sure Glowin was like, "Good job, son. I had that thing all through my adventures with Thorin, and you just broke it in half." Yeah, the scene, that was pretty amazing. The Bowmaster, that's it, Jeffrey, that's the name. Yes, the Bowmaster of Helm's Deep. That's the name of the video, by the way, guys. If you want to watch that later. It's pretty funny. Yes, yes, Kevin, he's the guy who releases the arrow. One second. Let me, the question is, I wonder if I show that, like, if I show that on our video here, if it's gonna get me or not. It's this. Yeah, 1.8 million 15 years ago. The Bowmaster of Helm's Deep. Oh gosh, man, it's terrible. It's only this is only 240p. Is this the right version? I'm gonna leave my background music on of the game because I think it might mess with it a little bit. Let's look at it here. All right, sounds good, Venom. See you in a little bit. Just turn the music off. I guess I can just turn the sound off. But like once he starts shooting, I want you guys here. I'll jump to the. All right, here we go. Okay, it's really bad visuals, but. So then he gets mad. They get mad, right? All right, here we go. The Bowmaster of Helm's Deep. So they start editing it, right? For every. Like he's shooting all the arrows. It's all him. He's taking everybody out. So every arrow you see, they like show him shooting the arrow. So this is, I love it. They add the Gimli laugh, right? It's really well edited as a joke. Gimli's like, that guy's pretty good with a bow. Oh my gosh, again, this is 15 years old, whoever edited this, so. He's even shooting his own guys, what the heck? It's pretty much everyone that dies from an arrow, it's his fault. Hold. What the? I always feel like the orc right there was like, what the heck? I always thought it sounded like that. Did it sound like that to you guys? Oh no, he killed Haldir? No! The sound effect of him shooting. Anyway, you get the point, right? You get the point. So, and then you get the, you know, the ending. And they're like, and they're all running for their lives, and it was all because of the Bowmaster. So that's the video I was talking about. We'll see. I might have to cut the audio out of this part of the stream after, but it's not really that hard. YouTube's pretty good letting you cut stuff out, but we'll see. Probably not, because I had music on in the background. If you mix musics, I noticed that YouTube has a much harder time of auto copywriting things. If you mix sounds, because I can't understand what are all the weird overlaid sounds. He's got Gatling gun arms. I know. Have you guys seen the meme, the Gimli meme of Gimli? It's like I said it last stream. It's like, give Gimli a, you know, like how big the Lord of the Rings book is, and you get smaller if you give Gimli a sniper rifle, and it gets even smaller if you give Gimli a, you know, like a Gatling gun, and then like it's like one page, and it's like Pippin with a nuke. It's like, oh my gosh. Lord of the Rings memes, man. Some of the best out there. Just, you go down that rabbit hole, man. Whew. Lord of the Rings memes. We could do a stream. The Lord of the Rings meme rabbit hole. All right. So, what do you guys think about... Oh, it's the Argonath. That's kind of cool. That's not really part of the, what were we saying? Someone said they wanted to go to Lothlorien. I don't know if they're still here in the chat, but one of you made a comment about Tirith. Yeah, because I could go to, like, the House of Celeborn, but it's not really a tower. So, there is, of course, the... wait a second. What about the Tower of Durin? Durin's Tower. That's a tower. The problem is you can't actually get to the top of Durin's Tower. I would really... Actually, there is actually an instance that you could do with the Belrog, that you can get to the top of Durin's Tower, I think. Wait. Let me look. Let's see. Is there a non-scaling Moria? The Grand Stair. Is that it? I think it's the Grand Stair. Nope, that's not the Grand Stair. I remember this one. Unfortunately,
in elder days,
this
place once
I
served as a
you guys,
grand portal
who
to
remembers
many
this
levels and
instance?
halls within
Anyone
Moria.
remember this one?
But
The
since
Grand
the
Stair.
ruin of Moria,
I ran
it
this
has
instance
become a den
so
of
many times
tribes.
at level 60 because you had to like grind it to get gear
He
back
who
in the day.
rules the orcs of Moria
I
exacts
probably ran
his
this instance over
tribute
100 times.
through his minion Ego.
But that's not the one I wanted to get. So let's leave. Does anyone remember the name of the Moria one where you have to fight the Belrog all the way up? I'm trying to remember what it was called. End it with Tom Bombadil's music in his cabin. That is pretty awesome. I can always end. Oh wow, this music's kind of epic. Listen to this. It's kind of cool. Oh, there's voices. Oh. That's cool. By the way, I'm pretty sure this music's by Chance Thomas. The whole Rohan expansion. He also did the Mordor one. And Tom Bombadil. That's his music too. Ostguruth? Kevin, we could go to Ostguruth. We actually stopped there like an hour ago. We went to Ostguruth. We went to the tower to what's his name? Radagast Tower. But I mean we could go to Amon Sul. Are there any elven towers that we forgot about? Ostdunhoth. Where's that? Where's that one, Jeffer? I mean, there's some towers. I'm trying to think if there's an elven tower. There's, gosh, there's so much stuff. The Entomores, Misty Mountains. Does Rivendell have a tower? Not really. I mean, it's not really a tower. I mean, Cardolin has the new Karanost. It has a tower, right? That's like the North Tower, but... I mean, you can kind of go watch my tour video and see that later if you want. Kareth Gelebren might have a tower. The new, like, Aura Region. I think there might be a tower in Echard Merbold. This is the original city that they crafted the Rings of Power. Like, this is right before the doors of Moria. I don't really want to go up to Durin's Tower just because really you're just going up to the snow and looking up at the tower up on the mountain. That's not really super... It's cool. We can see the Balrog, but it's a lot of traveling for not a huge amount of reward for us in this particular stream. I do it in other videos and streams. Oh, that's the instance. Oh, okay, okay. That's the tower? Oh, this one right here? Is that the one where... Which is the, Ostradolip Belrog in one wing? Do you know which one is the one that's at the top of the tower? Is it Gorthion's wing? Because we could do that. That would be cool to see the Durin's Tower from the top. I can 1v1 the Belrog. Yeah. 1v1. 1v1. One. Gonna get owned. Here goes Zollin. Falling off things again. I don't think he's gonna be as lucky as Gandalf with a resurrect from God. I guess I don't know. Kevin says Balrog in one wing. I mean, so it's one of these, right? Is it the one that says wing or wound and fear wing or disease and poison wing? Is it Dunhoth? I hear Ost Dunhoth and I'm like, is that like a place on like the planet Hoth in Star Wars? I mean, there's a Belrog raid in the Rift too, but there's an actual raid, I believe, to fight the Belrog in Moria too, Zening. But you are correct. There's another Belrog that you fight at level 50 in the Rift raid, which is one of the coolest raids of any MMO I've ever seen, by the way. It's a really, really awesome story and a really, really cool raid, and it's just grandeur, amazing. I'm pretty sure I ran the Rift instance on my battle playlist. If you guys ever were curious and want to go watch it for yourselves and kind of see it, it's super, super cool to see. Wounded Fear. All right, let's just check it. It might take a... Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it at my level. It's a scale. Apparently, it's scaling. How about we try level 60? Does it let me do level 60? Can I not do it? Does it not scale down to 60? Can I do... Oh, I probably need to close the other one. Oh, wait. There we go. No, that's the Grand Stair. Cancel it. Maybe that's why it's not letting me do it, because I have the other one open. Oh, 65. It's got a minimum right there. My bad. It says it right here. See, minimum 65. That's why it's not letting me do it. There we go. Okay. Level 65. I might not be able to do it because of mechanics, but... this doesn't look like the right
Behind
picture.
the walls of Ost-Dunoth, a terrible foe sends his malice out into Middle-earth.
Yeah, I don't think this is the one I'm thinking
of
of.
The Gaunt Lords must be defeated before his plans can...
This is a cool raid, but I don't think this is the one with the Belrog. I'm thinking there's one where you actually fight the Belrog going up the endless stair, and I can't remember which one it is. That's the one I'm thinking of. I don't think it's this one. I've done part of this one. I don't remember if I fully completed this one or not. A Gaunt Lord has come to Osdunhoth. Oh, you know which one we should... Oh, you know what instance I want to show you guys? Oh my gosh, I know what I want to show you guys. I know we're not going to do it. Okay. I want to show you the dragon in the Edowaith raid. It's so cool, okay? You got to see this, all right? I will show you this. We'll look at this one real quick. This was really cool. There's 2 wings. Yeah, Tharluch is the Belrog from the Rift raid. That's another Belrog. It's a different one from the one that Gandalf fought, and we fight it along with the High Elf and a couple of people who have been defending it. So they make it lore accurate. We obviously, yeah. There were 2. Okay. Oh, when you enter the wing, you climb the stair. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. I hear my door. Just let's see if someone texts me. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 2 seconds. 1 second, 2 seconds. What? My dog. What's up, Mr. Dog? Guys, look, it's Brody. It's Brody the panda dog. Oh, hi. Oh, what a good boy you are. What a good doggy you are. It looks like he has a note. Why does he have a note tied to his thing? The note says, Starbucks? Take me before dark. Take the dog for a walk. Okay, we'll go for a walk. All right, I'll come out in a minute here. All right, go on, Brody. Give us like 10 minutes. Is 10 minutes okay? All right. Again, remember this stream was totally spontaneous, and we've been having so much fun. I've gone a lot longer than I was planning, but there's so many of us here. We're having so much fun. Okay, I want to show you. We have about 10 minutes, all right? But I really want to show you guys this raid, so don't leave yet. I want to show you it. So it's the dragon one in the Edowaith. So it's super, super cool. So we'll look at this raid for a few minutes. It's so cool. The Edowaith instance. Let's see. Is it actually under Edowaith? I don't see it there. Here we go. Fornost. Gosh, there's a lot of instances in Rage, you guys. Okay. Anyone remember the name? There we go. There it goes. Yeah, Gandalf's Belrog. He's the boss of the Fear Wing. Oh, okay. You know what it is, Zening? I think it's because... Good point. I think it's because they transport you into the story somehow through that raid. So they have to do some lore thing in that raid to get you to the Endless Stair fight. I think that's why, because I think it's like almost like an image of the past, and you like fight the Belrog. Well, hello there. Welcome. Yeah. Ewant. Yeah. So the one I want to show you is here in the Edowaith. It's this raid right here, Nar's Peak. It's really cool. Thor's Comb. Wall. Is that it? Is that the one I want? No. Is that the one that you guys, do you guys remember that one? It's the one with the dragon. It's so cool. I'm trying to remember which one it is right now. It's not an epic battle, it's an instance. Dol Amroth, Fornost. The Great Barrows, the Grey Mountains, it's not that. It's not Helgrod. It's not those. It's not Minas Morgul. Of course, unknown, the Deep Barrow. Nope. The Battle of the Pelennor Fields. The Road to Erebor. No. It's got to be one of these. Yeah, the library. So it's got to be one of these, right? Oh, there it is. It's this one. I think it's this one, isn't it? Mars Lair. Is it that one? Maybe it was part of the Isengard update. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Oh, dude, you guys got to see this. It's so cool. Okay. All right. I have to turn up my sounds. It's going to probably overpower my voice here, but you guys got to hear it in all its glory. All right. Yeah, Jeffrey, you got it. Yeah, we're still streaming. Only a couple more minutes, but you guys got to see this, okay? Nice, Epic Kingdoms. We're sorry. We came over to see it, and I realized, and you had stopped it like 10 minutes earlier. Sorry about that. We didn't know we were gonna go so long.
Welcome, thieves. I can smell the dread in your sweat. I hear the whistle of fear in your breath, and feel the fluttering of your little hearts as they race in your chests. But come now, why do you fear? There is plenty of treasure here, enough for all, and more to spare.
But welcome back. Thanks for coming back over to hang out, Epic Kingdoms. Alright, we're doing this raid. This is super scary and epic. So, you're walking through, and you can't be seen by his eye. So the goal is, when you're running through these spots, he's looking for you. And if you're seen, he does that and kills you. Did you see him? So like, the whole thing is, you have to get through this maze of tunnels where he's like looking with his eye, and if he hits you, he just blasts you with fire and you die. Even if you're max level, you're dead. So you have to like run through, and then you have to like hide between the little openings, right? So you have to be careful because he's probably gonna look through this opening next. Though I probably can run through right now. So he's like looking for us right now through these holes. So you have to like get down, and it's really cool design, the raid, because you have to fight his like someone fights his head, stands, some people are fighting his feet underneath the rocks, and then someone else is like fighting his tail, and it's really cool because you have like this 24-man raid that like what you really would have to do to fight a dragon in a cave, like really well thought out. So again, I can't get seen by his eye through any of these spots, so but it is super cool to like see his eye when he looks through, but it's kind of hard to see his eye. There he is. See him? He's like, oh. Oh, he's looking over there. And again, you have to get all the way down while he's looking through all these things. Dude, it's so freaking epic. Oh, scary. Don't kill Santa Claus. Oh, he almost saw me. I was so close to dying right there. So he like, his eyes are like beams of light when he's looking through. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I may have done a no-no and been slain. Anyway, this is a really fun raid, and I would really like to do this as a group with our kinship sometime, guys, because it's really a really fun raid. I've done it a couple times in the past, and again, if you die, you have to do it all over again until you get to the bottom, and then it moves to the next thing. But the thing is, you have to get everyone to the bottom, so like you have to wait for everyone to make this puzzle and wait the entire time to get to the bottom of the freaking thing. I'm gonna do my best to get to the bottom right now, without dying. And I remember there is a pattern to his looking, but it's really, really hard to, like, get it down. All right, so he's gonna look to the right here, I think, next. There is a pattern, so it's like a puzzle still, right? But, yeah, it's a little scary. It's a little scary, and he's a really cool-looking dragon. Like, he's a really cool-looking dragon. Oh, wait. No way. Oh, no. That's a hard spot, man. That means there's only one spot to stand, which is right here, or he sees you. Oh, my gosh. Dang, man. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, yeah, it's super cool. That's the main part I wanted to show you, because I won't be able to probably complete it myself, because you have to have multiple people to do it. So, yeah, it's pretty dang cool. So, that's that. So anyway, happy 20th anniversary, you guys, of the Two Towers movies. Go have fun. Have a great time. I'm going to be going with my family and watching. We're going to watch the second Hobbit, laughingly. Not the Two Towers, because we just watched the Two Towers like a week and a half ago, because we're going through we went to the Lord of the Rings, now we're going through the Hobbits on our TV. So we're going to do that. And you guys go have fun. Maybe you want to go watch the Two Towers movie for its 20th anniversary. I would not blame you to do that. You guys have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth, my friends. Thank you, by the way, to my Patreons for their support. I need to update this because we have another Axe Guard and 4 more Ranger Guard. And again, before you guys go, this is important if you want to know about the events. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you to Skumley, by the way, for being a Royal Guard. I appreciate the support. But guys, super important. 3 events going on before I leave, because this is going to be important for next week, and you got to know this, okay? So there's down there's links. You can join our Discord with the temporary, not temporary, but limited access version. Anyone can join. You just have to be a subscriber. That's all I ask, which is free. And then there's going to be the screenshot competition. Go get your screenshots. Go read about it in the Discord or my community tab here on YouTube. I talked about it. There's going to be you can enter it in the Discord. You upload 3 different things, or 3 categories of screenshots to use, and I have all the information there in the announcements or events on my Discord. Read those. It's not super complicated. It's pretty easy. But get those 3 screenshots in, and then we'll have a fun. Whoever wins will be announced on next week's live stream. And I will give you, if you're there live, I will give you some in-game gold, right? If you're on CrickHollow, for your awards. There are 3 winning places for each category, so it'll be 9 winners altogether. And then also for the second thing, next week and sometime too, one of our other streams, we're gonna have a giveaway of temporary 1-month Patreon for 10 people. We'll do a random raffle. And the Discord talks about that. There's 3 things. You have to be subscribed. You have to have 1 character on a kinship here, even if it's an alt on CrickHollow. So make sure you make that character so you can join. And then you can even join the live stream of. That's fine. And then also, what was the other thing? Oh, you got to be there to accept the reward. Like, you got to be live in the live stream, and you got to be able, so I can accept you right then on Discord and give you the 1 month. So those are the 3 things that you need to be. Those are all free. So that is that. And there's a third thing. We're having a thing till January 8th with Patreon. If you want to support the channel in that way, no obligation, guys. There's a $3 a month till January 8th that you can lock into to always have all the access to Discord and all the Patreon things for that level, right? So those are our 3 little events going on right now. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. There's 22 of you still here. I really appreciate it. That was a really fun stream. Happy birthday to the 20th birthday of The Two Towers by Peter Jackson's adaptation of Lord of the Rings. One of the best movies of all time. And I will see you guys all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Thanks for joining. Subscribe button's there, down there. Got links. Get in the Discord. Go get it. Go join it if you want right now. Up there, next video for people who are watching this video later. And I'll see you all. Have a great day in Middle-earth, my friends. Bye. Baruch Kazad Kuzad I menu. Thanks, my friends. I appreciate you all being here and watching. That was fun. I had a fun time with you guys. See ya. Later.